What's up, slackers? Oh, I'm having one of those days, so bear with me. I changed everything in the studio and everything is going wrong. It's just how it is, I guess, when you change everything. So what's going on, slackers? It's been a little bit. Been like a week and a half. But yeah, let me know how everything sounds. My audio got all messed up yesterday. I was spending late last night trying to figure it out. The life of a streamer is killing me. So what's going on, slackers? Make sure, let me know everything's like, how everything's doing, because right now I'm at the point where I'm so frustrated. I almost like just want to slam the whole setup in the ground and just kick it the hell out of everything, because I've been going a little bit crazy with this setup. But what's going on, slackers? We're finally slacking and we're getting back to it. Don't mind me, I'm a little bit rusty and stuff. Video's looking great today. Good, because that was one thing I was worried about. I went through and changed the whole studio, and man, it's been one heck of a nightmare trying to do that. So, but anyways, what's going on? Morning, slackers. Video and audio looks all good. Good, because we're gonna end up having this set up Threadripper, because I didn't get a chance to set it up fully. So I figured, why not show you guys, or just kind of talk through it, and I don't know, hang out and do all sorts of stuff. I'm only hearing you on my left ear. I wonder, hold on, let me check it to make sure if this is in mono or not, because it drives me a little bit nuts sometimes. I had to change up all the audio and stuff, so here, let me, I'm going to make one small change real quick, so if you guys can just debug it with me. Yeah, I gotta turn that sound to mono. What happened is basically I moved all my streaming setup, and I literally have like 2 Elgatos in there, and everything I unhooked and had configured in OBS, basically I had to reconfigure. So it was driving me a little bit nuts. Yeah, so now now it should sound pretty good. Basically what happens is, if you don't put it in mono, it will only play in your left ear versus your right ear. If you're on a TV, you don't really notice it so much, but when you're going through and doing stuff, like, it kind of gets weird after times. So it's all good now. Sweet. Oh, it's good to see you guys. I've been slacking a lot. It's been a little bit rough for the past 2 weeks. I don't know if you guys have what I put up, and I don't know, it was a little bit cryptic because I really didn't know what to say. It was kind of, I don't know, kind of hit the heartstrings, if you know what I'm saying. So it's been a little bit tough to stream, so bear with me today. Today's kind of like one of those things, but I wanted to talk about my good friend Rock, and I don't know, maybe if you guys can help out, help Rock's family. If you look in the description below, I got a bunch of, there's a GoFundMe set up. If you can help out his family, it would be awesome. If you can't, it's cool. Anything you donate, if you want a shirt or anything like that, I'm just going to give all the proceeds to them. Try to raise as much money, because when you lose somebody and you're not expected, they don't have very much money. So we want to make sure we do something nice. And, you know, I don't know. I'd rather give them all the money than do it myself, if you know what I'm saying. So, but yeah. Oh, it's good to see you guys. It's been a little bit rough for me, but it's awesome to see you guys. It's kind of like therapy when I go talk to you guys. This is pretty much, I don't know, I just love doing it. So I've been playing with Threadripper, and to be honest, the last time I was playing with Threadripper, I was like, man, I kind of forgot the whole thing, because it's much different from like X570. It doesn't work the same ways. It's kind of funny if it's kind of funny because most pay attention to the IF clock, and that's all fine and dandy on X570, but when you get into Threadripper, it's actually a little bit different. And I was kind of noticing some stuff, but I was kind of at the limit of my giant Ice Giant Pro Siphon Elite, which is an awesome cooler, highly recommend it. But when you're trying to tame 64 cores of goodness, it's gonna take it to a point and overheat it a little bit. So. But yes, Death Grind makes my purchase worth it. We are doing the slacking for you today. Good to see you, mate. It's good to see you, slackers. French kiss my beardery berry. You guys are crazy. So how you been? What's slacking, huh? You guys ready for some liquid nitrogen goodness on this? If you notice, I got the temperature stream overlay. It's all set up using Elmore Labs Temp Meter, the KTH, which is absolutely awesome, and the combination of the EVC2. So when you connect those two together, guess what? we get stream overlay, so you can see the actual temp. So that's the actual temp of how hot it is in this room. I just got a, I don't know, just a little temp probe in there just to make sure that it's running and working correctly. So you can tell it's pretty hot in here usually because I am in Florida and we're hot here. So I may be ordering a Mora today and building an SS. What the heck is an SFF? I don't know. I'm kind of out of it today. I've been thinking about buying a Fluke 52 off eBay. Any reason to purchase new versus quality loved versions? To be honest, I would probably stay away from the Fluke because they're overpriced, and you can just buy this KTH from Elmore Labs. The new one actually has a cool feature where you can, it lights up, and this thing is, to be honest, my Flukes are pretty much over here anymore. Like, I don't use them anymore because there's just no reason to. This does pretty much everything that the Fluke does and better. So. Hey Joe, the Ln2 in your hand has gone bad. Yes, this is not Ln2. This is my meal. Like, I've been trying to watch the girls figure, you know, try to get back into shape so I can get more energy so I can slack more for you guys. So, oh, leak tester. Okay, dude, that was my other thought. Do you get extra points for being in hot Florida? I should get extra points, but yeah, it actually makes it much harder. Man, it gets all over the beard. I need to actually trim it up like right around here. It's driving me nuts when you get the beard and... But anyways, so let me finish this up and take some questions and stuff, see how you guys are slacking, and then we'll get setting up. Because we got to put a probe in the pot. And if you guys don't know, but this is the REAKTOR 3. Oh, this is so pretty. Here, might as well give you some porn shots if you know what I'm saying. This thing is pretty. Oh. And it's kind of hard to see with the light and shining on copper and stuff, but wow, this thing's already warm. But in here, you can actually, there's a lot of engineering in this. And this is the REAKTOR 3, right? So there was a couple other reactors before. So we have the REAKTOR 2 here. And you'll see the difference between them. Like, one is monsterish. It's got a bigger base, really. They're not too much different, but supposedly this one has a lot more surface area than even this one. And I was really impressed with this one. So, and if you want to buy them, there's a link in the description on YouTube. So if you guys want to check them out and order your own. They're a little bit on the expensive side, but you're going to be paying for engineering. And really, it actually saves you a ton of liquid nitrogen. I was actually really impressed about like how little liquid nitrogen it takes to pull down. I mean, from benching over the years, I feel like I've wasted like way too much liquid nitrogen. So we want to make, oh man, I ripped my tape. But yeah, I've wasted way too much liquid nitrogen, and to be honest, this thing will save you the amount of liquid nitrogen you use, so it actually eventually pays itself off in the future for how much liquid nitrogen you use. So highly recommended. Need some Rocket League DDR4 XOC. I know I was doing it, but the problem is I don't know. I basically wanted to get over to the AMD stuff. We'll go back to the Intel stuff a little bit. We're gonna switch back and forth because that's just what I do. So, well, if you want to see some DDR4 Rocket League stuff, we're gonna be doing that again in the future. It's just there's a lot of stuff to do, and I'm just trying to get everything back to normal, you know. Spin cycle, yes, it is freaking expensive, but did you ever get time to set up that milling machine? Oh, that's a great question. So one of my biggest issues, so if you guys have been following me for a while, I actually have a milling machine in my garage. But since this is Florida, it's 80 degrees in here. So how hot do you think it is in my garage? Yeah, it's a trick question because it's like 105 degrees in there. So one of the things that I didn't expect is that in the peak summer heat is how bad that garage would get. And to be honest, it's like 110 degrees, so it's pretty much unusable. So I haven't been able to like use the machine as much as I want. So coming next year when I probably move, we'll probably end up doing something with that. But I need some type of workshop to be able to do it. It's too noisy and it's too damn hot to even be able to use it. So it's kind of lame. The two DIMM boards are finally available for Rocket League. That's good. About time, because it's hard to show off some stuff. One of the reasons why, I don't know, just tech in general has been kind of lame is because I can't really show you stuff. Or, well, I can, but it's kind of like, I got it and you don't, you know. I'm not down with that. If I don't know, I kind of feel guilty. It's like I don't want to show stuff if you guys can't get it, you know. So, yes, well, I'm not moving again. It'll be another year, but the thing is I can't just take that CNC machine weighs a ton, and I can't just bring it in here. It'd be loud. Probably the electrical for it too wouldn't be the greatest either. So I'm kind of messed up on that. So my workshop is almost complete. Video coming soon. Can't wait to get into it and get going properly at last. Gadget Joe, what's up, buddy? Yeah, if you want to check out a cool channel, Gadget Joe, he's been a little slow on it, but he's getting back to it. Kind of like what we're doing. So cut him some slack and check out his channel. So, yeah, so we're a little rusty today, just so don't mind me. Let's get them likes up. Come on, guys. It's been a while, so we want to get on it and start rolling, doing some cool stuff. Yeah. Let me grab some tape real quick, so that way we can put the probe in. Oh, tape. Oh, it's been crazy. I highly recommend never changing your studio right before you're going to stream, because all it does is, it basically makes you hate the world. So, yeah, been too stressed out today. So, but it's actually fun, a little nice to see you guys. It's been a little bit. I always miss you guys. It's a little weird sometimes when you don't stream for a little bit, because you got to get back in that groove. You guys saw last time as I was doing the stream marathon basically every other day, which we are going to do for at least a week. We're going to be going, basically, here's kind of what my schedule, we might as well talk about it while I'm setting this up, is that we're going to basically stream like every other day. So I'm going to basically have a stream day, then a Slack day, then a stream day, then a Slack day. And maybe that'll change up just a tiny bit. Maybe we'll do like 2 Slack days, depending on how the weather is, because right now it's been crazy in Florida. I feel like it's, like, actually it's right now, but it's nice right now, but a lot of the times it's been raining for days, it seems like, and I'm kind of over it. So, but anyways, Hellhound, best of luck for high gains. Hope you have a blast doing this in all the good ways. Thanks, Hellhound. I appreciate it, broski. Yeah, to be honest, I haven't taken Threadripper for a ride since probably Gamers Nexus days. So you gotta bear with me for the liquid nitrogen. This is basically the first time we're putting liquid nitrogen on Threadripper in probably over a year. So I had to, basically what happened was I ran into some issues. You gotta figure, this is 64 cores. Not 1, not 2, not 10, not 20, not 30, not 40, not 50, but 64 cores. Sorry, it's for a fact. But, yeah, so you need to make sure that cooling is of the utmost importance. So it was definitely overheating our cooler, which is expected. I mean, even water cooling, this thing's so powerful that it basically overwhelms pretty much any cooling that you can do. So, except for liquid nitrogen. It's pouring here in Ocala, super fluffy. Yeah, I know. It's the rain has been on and off. It's been driving me quite nuts. And nice beard, thanks, broski. Dixon Software Solutions, is this new lighting? Well, technically, I moved all the lighting around because I don't know. Certain lighting I found, like if you want to get into YouTube and stuff and you want to start having some nice lighting, you might as well just buy what you want and don't try to I don't know, like get something cheaper, like cheaper alternatives and stuff, because that's kind of what I did with the other lights. And I really just don't like them. So I ended up taking my really professional light, my Aperture, I think it's a 120D or something, and took it from over there and put it over here because this is where our one's set up. I'll be moving it back and forth, or maybe I'll get a little one, but it drives me nuts. There's like a 15-second delay. Oh, you've received 100 messages. Yay. It's kind of funny. I'm still getting used to it because right before the stream, I had to reset OBS and stuff. So, some things might not work. I mean, the sound supposedly is good. The video is pretty good. I don't know. It's been a headache. Like I said, I highly recommend don't change your setup right before your stream. Drives you nuts. Ew, cloudy and muggy in Toronto. Sorry, broski. I wish I could send you a little bit of sun, but I don't even have any sun here. Well, I think we do, but the problem is it's about to go away. Supposedly we're supposed to get some storms this afternoon, which it seems like it's like an everyday occurrence in Florida. So, all right, let's get the red spray. All right, so what we're doing is basically setting up the cooler. I'm putting a probe in right now so that way we can see the temperature of the pot. The reason why we put a probe in here is to make sure that we can see what the temperature is. Now, the actual temperature is not necessarily really needed. It's just if it's changing, it gives you something as a reference point so you know what's going on. So what we're going to do is I'm basically going to clean with my favorite QD electronic cleaner from CRC. Red can electronic cleaner. Big difference between, they make a bunch of different products, so you want to make sure you get the right one. And don't get the blue can. Otherwise, you might do what Steve did, or I did at Steve's, where we lost the cool thing. But anyway. Hey, Bearded Hardware, are you ever going to push dual 3090? I thought about it, but the problem is here's the thing. We're actually going to revisit 3090 very soon. Dual 3090, I'm just not really into, to be honest. One of the big issues is the spacing. Elmore actually came back. This is something for Elmore Labs too. Is he actually came up with a new SLI connector? So if you guys are new to like doing like 3090 and stuff like that, you had to do four slot spacing. With his stuff, you can actually do, I think, 3 slot spacing. I don't know. Go check it out at elmorelabs.com and let me know what it is, because I probably butchered it anyway. So, but we got a bunch of stuff from Elmore's today. Oh, that's one thing I forgot too. One of the cool new things that Elmore's got going is the heater. So we got to wedge this heater underneath to get it working. So we're going to end up doing that today. Oh, hey, Bearded Hardware, you ever going to... Oh, we already did that one. What model hollow body guitar you got back there on the wall? Looks nice. That was from my father-in-law. He basically gave it to me. It was something he fixed in a garage. And to be honest, it just looked so badass, I had to put it up on the wall. So, but it was pretty cool of him to give that to me and have something here so that way he can play when he comes over. And that way we can rock out, you know? Because I highly recommend rocking out. Alright, so we're cleaning a little bit, because we're going to end up applying paste. But it seems like it's really dirty, so you want a nice clean surface before you put paste on. It helps with the adherence. You guys can't see too much with it, but that's okay. You can imagine. Alrighty, what do we got here? Oh, Spin Cycle, thanks for putting it up. Yeah, it's 3 slot. That's a 3 slot bridge from Elmore. It says, dang, I got my Kingpins to 5th in Port Royal on liquid. Again, PNY makes a 3 slot bridge too. Awesome. The Delta fans can beat a tornado. That depends which Delta fan you get, because we don't really call them Delta fans. We call them finger choppers, because that's what they really are. All right. What paste should we test today? Should we check out DeBauer's new liquid helium stuff, or do we do KP? What do you guys want to do? So I'll give you a couple seconds to figure that out. Let's do it. Tulius, what's up, broski? Song called Slackers. Well, I have the movie called Slackers up there too. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'm gonna have to start taking some pictures, because I've been putting up some cool stuff, little Easter eggs and stuff. But anyways, guys, let's get the slackers up. Let's get the likes up. I need to figure out where my paste is. Pretty sure it's over here. We got a little KP going. And we got a little bit of the Thermal Grizzly liquid helium version. I don't know. They come up with different names. It's hard to keep up on them. I say we should try Roman's new stuff. Not KP. Okay. See? Oh, it's 2 and 2. Alright, I think we're going to have to flip a coin, because either way, I think I'm going to make somebody sad, and I don't want to be... You can't blame me for it, if you know what I'm saying. And my nose is leaking like crazy. I don't know what's going on here, but... Alright, let's see... Gotta find a coin. Let's see. Where is the coin? Coin. Let's see. I don't have any coins. Where do I put some coins? Alright, instead of that, let's do it a little bit different. So, I got a CMOS battery. Alright? We'll do heads. Well, where it says the stuff on the battery, if it lands on heads, then we'll do KPX. If it lands on tails, then we'll do Roman's new paste. So let's see. You ready for it? Oh, it looks like KP. It is. Which is not a bad thing. We'll save Thermal Grizzly for next time, though. Let's try the KPX. I'm always down to play with the KPX stuff. I know it works pretty well. So, yes, I'm slacking using a CMOS battery as a coin. Alright, guys, we got like 84 people on, and we got about 51 likes. So if you're on YouTube, come on, bring it up. And if you're on if you're on Twitch, make sure you're following. Broski needs all the followers he can get. Now, we're going to be doing a lot more streams, so right now I've just been doing both. Figured we get a affiliate on the one, and then we'll kind of close it off and do one on the one and one on the other, you know? But what we're doing right now is we're basically taking the probe, filling it up with paste, and then wedging this sucker in there. So basically what this is doing is we're going to get a good temp reading for what the base of the pot is going. So this will tell us if like we're getting a good hold. And I'm probably putting it in the wrong area, it looks like. No. It seems like it's good. There we go. Alright. So we wedged that in there. So if you can see. It's hard to see with that light. Yeah, well, the focus is not being my friend this morning. But it's not that difficult to see. So we're going to put tape on here, get it all going. Now, I know you guys are wondering, like, well, why don't you have any other camera setup? So I ran into an issue where I thought I had all the brackets and mounting stuff. And, of course, I was missing one, and I couldn't get here till Tuesday. So it was highly disappointing. Oh, so I was kind of wanting to use it, but it just didn't happen that way. Oh, MP customized. Time for shades, bro. I need some shades, man. You're supposed to send me some. I need some shades. One of the best modders in the world, Shades, has joined us. Joe, you couldn't find the hole. Easy now. This is a kid's programming, so we want to keep it PG. You know what I'm saying? Right, so I think that's good. We got that sucker wedged in there. And what we'll do is, I'm going to do another cleaning, because it didn't seem like I got all that much off. I think I made like more of a mess than anything. So. Oh yeah, and we don't want to put this on. So what we got to do is, so it's a little bit different with Threadripper, right? So usually we put like a plate on the back, and we have a couple, whatever these things are, I can't think of them. But little rods that go in, and usually we sandwich the actual heater on the back of the board like this. But with Threadripper, we go directly in to the actual socket itself. So there's really no way to hold it down. So we're gonna have to come up with a way to get the heater mounted on the bottom. So what I'm thinking is that we're just gonna basically wedge it under there and make sure that works. Nothing worse than mounting problems. Isn't that the truth? Nate Wilcox, what's up, Slacker? What's going on, man? Let's see. Well, you guys can follow on Twitch or YouTube. I'm looking at the comments from both, so don't worry if you think I missed you. It's just because I missed you both. It's because I'm trying to concentrate on things. So don't be sad. I'm glad you're here. Get them likes up and make sure you follow me on YouTube and Twitch. Let's see. Twitter, if you want to know what's going on with me all the time, go to Twitter. You can follow Instagram. I throw some stuff up on there. Twitter is where I'm really actually active. So, and if you really want to get interactive, join Patreon. Patreon, if you go patreon.com, Bearded Hardware, you can join the Slacker Army and hang out in the Discord. I keep telling people it's going to go up to $5, so you better get in there while it's $2, because it's going to go up eventually. So, But yeah, make sure you join the Slacker Army. So, also, another thing is my boy Rock unfortunately passed, and there's a GoFundMe in the description over on YouTube. If you guys can check that out, maybe read the story and, I don't know, let it sink in and I don't know, maybe donate if you're feeling kind. I don't know, you could buy a shirt too if you want, because all the proceeds will go over there, or you can just donate directly. It would really mean the world to me. It's been tough with my buddy being gone, you know, it's been sad, but what you can do is help donate to that, and it'll make my day, make me feel better, at least. But yeah. Alright, so let's get into this. I'm wondering how I'm going to sandwich it in there. Oh, what do we got here? Duct tape heater mount. Not bad. That's a good idea. Hey, Viking. Viking, what's up? Looking good in there. Thanks, Clockmaster. Appreciate it, broski. Alright, sorry, I'm trying to take these. I got so much screws and stuff going on, it's kind of crazy. I have no social media unless you count YouTube, but there's no profile with pictures and people posting stuff and friend requests. Yeah, social media is kind of interesting these days. I try to keep off. That's why if you want to end up talking to me, you might as well go to Discord, which you get through on Patreon. Shameless plug. And if you want to buy shirts and stuff, I'm going to be releasing a new design this week on beardedhardware.com. So any shirts or anything you buy on there is basically going to go to my broski's family. So check it out, buy some shirts, give me some more work to do, because I do all the shirts myself. I feel like we need to do a vlog video to see how much I stress out about shirts, and then you can go into the understanding of how much they are appreciated. So, I love it. Recently bought a CS3, Sniper Pro Nerf mods. Recently bought a C3, hope your Viper is going. Yeah, I don't know, I think my Viper is going into the ground because nothing has been worked on and it's driving me nuts. I need to talk to my buddy, see what's going on with it, but to be honest, I really haven't had much time to do it, so we will save that for when YouTube or everything's going strong on the channel and stuff, and then we'll do something with the YouTube, and then we'll do something for the Viper, because I don't know, I feel like something really cool's got to be coming out of that, because I thought I was going to do it back to stock, and then the other day I was like, maybe we just throw some twin turbos on that puppy, but I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, so let's get this heater. So, if you go to elmorelabs.com and you want to buy a bunch of cool stuff, highly recommended. Elmore's a great guy. He's been in the OC industry for a long time. He actually used to work for Asus. Now I think he's on his own. But he's got the temp meter here, which I love to use. And now you can see that that's actually connected for on the stream. So you see the temperature there. That's actually the temperature in the room right now, 77.5. It's kind of hot in here. It's just because of me. Just kidding. Or am I? But anyways, yes. Hi there, Big Beard. Alex, what's up, buddy? Long time no see. Ooh, I like this. See, one of the nice things about Elmore's product is he really puts a lot of thought into it. So these are nice and thick, like the ones they used to get for KP. They were like, they all got nasty after a little while, and then half the time they would rip apart and pretty much become unusable. So these are pretty cool. I'm not sure what it's made out of, but it kind of feels cool, if you know what I'm saying. But anyways. Oh, greeting from your friends in Romania. I love my friends in Romania. Dude, I'm going to have to take a trip over there. Like, it's on the bucket list. Need to go. I'll come and visit you, Alex. Come and visit Monstru and everybody. Come hang out with all the slackers. All right. Sup, slacker? It's been a while. Cypher, what's up, man? Bugs Lover Tech. Sorry for your loss. Thanks, brother. Thanks, broski. It's been tough. I know it's been tough for pretty much everybody this year. It's just kind of sad when you hear things, and I don't know. With my buddy Rock, we were making plans for me to come down within the next couple weeks, and I was looking forward to seeing him. So it's kind of sad that will never get to happen, you know. That's kind of how life is sometimes, though. It's sad, but you got to pick up, move through on it. Can't dwell on the past, but it's still sad. Still bothers me. And to be honest, it was pretty much like a mess last week. To be honest, I couldn't do anything. It sucks when you lose a good friend. I never wish it upon anybody. All right, we're trying to come up with ideas here on how I can wedge everything in here. Oh yeah. So if we got that, still not enough. Let's see. I'm just gonna have to start stacking stuff. So let me. Oh, we might have to move some stuff around. I don't have this thing down so we can pick it up. But I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to put the heater on here first and then wedge some stuff underneath it. Oop, there it is. So the heater's pretty cool. You don't really need much. Basically, you just have this one connector that you connect in, and then you basically use a PCIe connector. So pretty relatively straightforward. I am a little bit worried about how much heat this is going to generate, or not heat, but electricity, because I'm wondering maybe I should probably put this on a different PSU, because I don't know if you guys have saw what I put up on Twitter. This thing is power hungry. At 4 gigahertz, pretty much maxed out, pushing almost 1,000 watts. Pretty crazy. Alrighty, what do we got here? If I live in the USA, I will go to meet you. Well, you better go check out Discord first. You don't want to meet me on the wrong day. Oh, you still need the EVC2 to use the socket heater, right? No, I don't know why you would need the... If you want to control or you want to read what it's doing, then you can use the EVC. But you do not need the EVC to use it. So, not sure where you got that idea, but no, you don't have to. Let's see. So, still, I need about like that much left to wedge in there. So, how about a coaster? Actually, you know what? What's nice about it too, I don't know if John, or I think he sells them with 2 pads. So it looks like maybe I can double stack the 2. And hopefully it transfers heat decent. Hey broski, you gonna use the new pot today, Mortal Wizard? Yeah, buddy, we're using the REAKTOR 3, the ultimate TR pot. To be honest, I'm so excited to use it. I haven't used it on, pretty much used it at all. So I've used the REAKTOR 2, which is absolutely amazing. But you can't really use the REAKTOR 2 on this one because the base is kind of small and TR is huge, right? So you want to make sure that you cover the base. You want to cover your bases. All right, we're going to put the coaster on there too. And I think that's going to do it. And what we'll do is we'll keep it out the side. I'm sorry I don't have the camera angles yet, but we will have those sometime next week. So, and that should be super awesome. All right. Let's get over here. Try to wedge this puppy in there. Oh, I was going to say. Almost. I need the coaster. Apparently I didn't put the coaster in. This is what happens when you have big hands. Things don't work as easy as you want them to. Especially with this. I got power cables and everything going through. One of the issues with Threadripper is that it is power hungry. And I need a little bit more to wedge in, apparently. I wish I had another coaster. Better yet, let's use a hard drive. Let's see. Do I have another coaster? Alright, let's see. Almost home. They're going to be putting new rear shocks on my car. Shocks are always fun. Just make sure the car doesn't fall on you. That's always a bad day. Alright, what we're going to do is I'm going to take the coaster out and just wedge a hard drive in there. Hard drives are great for this, but they only stink when you don't remember you did it. And then you're looking for that hard... Oh, well, actually, maybe... It may actually be good. Yeah, I don't think the one side was completely down. So what we're doing right now is basically wedging a heater. So that way the whole setup doesn't get like crazy wet. One of the things you want to be careful for is condensation, especially on an expensive system like this. You're talking, this setup is... what, $5,000 just for the CPU, not including all your memory and everything else you need to run it. So you want to make sure you don't fry it right off the beginning, if you know what I'm saying. He's in England where it's sub-zero, even in summer though. Florida man, like it is a hard mode. I don't know what that means, but it sounds pretty interesting. Anyone besides me want an X299 platform with PCIe 4? I don't know, PCIe 4 is kind of disappointing. I mean, it is great for like hard drive stuff, but other than that, it's kind of disappointing. I thought maybe we'd get more out of the graphics card side of it, but I don't know. That's not the key, not the case. Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna have to share a link with you guys about the diet I'm doing. And then you can do it. It's a little on the expensive side, so that's why I haven't told it, but I've lost like 25 pounds. And to be honest, I feel so much better, it's kind of ridiculous. So this is something that I want to share with you guys later on. So make sure you keep an eye out for that if you guys want to know, or if you want to try to lose weight yourself. Because I highly recommend it, because I end up getting a lot of energy because of it. So, always a plus. Alright, I think we are... Let's see. I'm running out of cables. Actually, or not. Let me move this table over a little bit. There we go. Trying to find power, because we need to be able to power that heater up. I'm just curious to see how much this is going to end up pushing. Yeah, so the only thing you got to do is plug in a PCIe, and it should regulate temperature automatically. So we have it wedged in under there. I'm not going to turn it right on until we mount everything up yet. So, and remind me if I forget, because most likely I will forget. I'll end up doing something because I'm trying to think of too much today. It's been one of those days. Every time I touch something, it seems like I break it. I have those days every once in a while. It kind of drives me nuts. It says, oh yeah, I need you to talk about the weight loss stuff. I'll hit you up later or tomorrow. Cutting out sugar. Yes, sugar is one of those things that cutting out. I've never really been a sugar person. My problem is that I work a lot. I know you guys think I slack all the time, but really I worked almost too much and I don't get out enough. So I end up gaining weight because I'm not as active. So I need to change that. I need some more boat days and more days to slack. So, alright, so we're going to mount the pot. Actually, I want to put some paper towels in there first. Oh, same here. Definitely time to get back to the better shape after COVID. I know, that's one of the things. I feel like I lost my sveltishness, if you know what I'm saying. So, I need to get back to it. Need to feel good again. Which I'm already on the way. I've been doing some little extra things to kind of get my body going and stuff, and I don't know, I've just been feeling really good lately. So, and then since I feel good lately, that means more streams. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Alright, so we put one in there. That way we can mount this baby. You know, I'm really excited to use this pot. Like, I've had it for a while, and then like things just keep on happening. So this is gonna be the first time I'm using the pot, and to be honest, I'm kind of blown. Like, I've had it on there, and I'm just not using liquid nitrogen, like not anything crazy. And it's amazing how much this soaks up the heat. Like, you can just touch the pot. You can just touch it, and you can tell how hot it gets. So, like, you can tell how good the transfer is. So, like, what I did before is I just turned the whole system on, and you can tell the heat goes right to the pot, because as soon as you touch the pot, it gets really hot, right? So it's just amazing how quickly that transfer occurs compared to other pots that I've been using for years. So, highly recommend this one. I mean, to be honest, I think it's probably the best pot out. I don't think there's anything that even comes close, remotely close. Maybe some of DeBauer stuff, but that stuff seems more like unobtainium anymore. If you try to buy any of that stuff, you know. Alright, so here's the Threadripper holes. We're on the short side. And you gotta love the slacker plates. I don't know if you guys got to see this. The fun hasn't started yet. Doesn't look like I'm much... Nope, we're basically getting set up. Like I was saying before, is I kind of got so distracted trying to get things working that, like, when I moved the whole studio over, I felt like I went and just ended up going down a huge rabbit hole of working on every little thing. And I don't know, I got caught off guard pretty much this morning and yesterday. Yesterday, luckily, I figured out sound, because when I went to go check out sound, it was absolutely atrocious. So luckily, the sound should be good now, but I'll be dialing it in a little bit more. It's just when you change the whole studio, bad things happen. Oh, work from home kills the middle manager. Oh man, working from home has killed me. Since some of you guys have been doing working from home, I've been working from home for like 10 years. Seems like all you guys are on my level now. No, it's to be honest, working from home, everybody thinks it's quite easy, but it's actually much harder because you have no real separation between your work environment and a home environment, and it can make it go kind of crazy. So, GPU pot coming soon. Can you do maybe an office studio tour? Looking to upgrade my space, but need some ideas. Well, what I've been really thinking about doing is doing a bunch of vlogs, right? And so as my confidence level gets up, so when you don't do like video and stuff, it's very hard to film yourself, but I'm starting to get into that groove, not really care. So what I'm going to be doing is going to be kicking off some vlogs soon. And we'll probably make the channel mostly vlogs, and we'll do a bunch of streams and stuff too, because streams are awesome. How could we forget about streams, right? So, but I think what in the future is going to happen is we're going to end up probably streaming most of the time on Twitch, and we'll do special streams on YouTube, and then we're going to be doing a lot of vlogs on YouTube. So it's just a better platform for it. It makes sense. But we just got to get to that point. So it's getting close. Studio tour, I think, is in order. I think you guys would enjoy it. I really didn't enjoy it today, but it kind of drove me nuts. But to be honest, it's actually a lot more. I can interact with you guys much easier. It's just nice. Forget about it. You should feel more confident in filming yourself. You got some cute dimples under that beard. Oh man. Oh, the allergies have been kicking my butt. Do I have cute dimples? You can't even see my dimples. Well, I guess. Well, yeah, whatever. But anyways, you guys make me blush. When vlog kicks in, it says to add the adult statement, a dedicated workroom can be tax deductible. Yes, and this is basically a dedicated work environment, but I use it for like my normal business, and then I also use it for my YouTube business. So it's a little difficult. We never stopped working. People always need plumbing done. That is right. You always gotta lay pipe somewhere, huh? Been working from home for 7 years myself. It's great, then it's not. Totally agree. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Like, I enjoy it. I really would not want to go back to a normal work environment. Maybe when I get my boat and I work from my boat office, then I'll enjoy it more. But we're not at that level yet, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, so let's boot this up. Let's just make sure the pot can handle everything. Oh, and then I think I might have to fix the screen too, because I don't think this is gonna come up. But let's see. Let's see. Hopefully we have some luck. And there goes the PG-13 rating. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. I mean, we obviously have a lot more to do. Oh, let me. Whoops. Don't ever do that, by the way. Well, I guess you guys didn't realize. I pulled the hard drive right when it was loading the OS. That will kill your hard drive sometimes. Boat office. Do it. I am probably going to. It's just trying to find a boat I like. And I don't know. Depends on how big a boat I get. I've debated like 40 foot to 50 foot. I don't know. Crazy. Where do we go here? This monitor sometimes gets a little iffy. Bear with me. Again, this is why I don't change the studio. Ugh. To be honest, I just wanted to boost in the BIOS. You'll see me pull the hard drive all the time, so that way I don't want to keep on hitting delete 100,000 times. It drives me nuts. So basically, I just pull the hard drive, and that just makes it go right to the OS, or not OS, right into the BIOS. So just a simple way that I don't have to worry about, and I don't have to do that annoying click all the time. All right, so let's see. Make sure temperature is matched a little bit. What do we see? It doesn't look like the temp's going. We need to change that, so we got to fix the temp meter. Let's see here. Oh, I think I took the temp meter off. Hold on one sec. I don't like troubleshooting streams. Downloads. KTH. Just bear with me for a second. I gotta set up the program so that way you guys can see the temp properly. Oh, never mind. I actually do have it set up. What happened then? So it says 25.3, but that thing's hot, hot, hot. That ain't right. Strange. Hold on, let me undo this real quick. Because on my temp meter it says 50C, but we see 25C. So hold on. We got to fix some stuff. This has pretty much been what I've been doing for days now. Get a yacht. That's what I want. I want a butt office. Then I could throw my PC in the water, right? Water cool it that way. Let's see. So let me turn off the metering real quick. Something went wrong. She stopped reading. Let's try it again. Write the file. Bear with me. Like I said, redoing the studio kind of drives me nuts. And let's see. KTH. Wow, what happened here? OBS has really kind of drove me nuts for the past couple days, to be honest. Alright, so let's see. So let's make sure this is working. We got the KTH temp. It's funny how you usually get something working. You have it working, you don't worry about it, and then you roll over. It's rough. Alright. It's funny, I was having issues with this before, and I had to kind of shut it off and then put it back on, and now it's not working again. And it's not. It has nothing to do with Elmore's tool. His tool works great. It's just sometimes for I don't know whatever reason OBS. It could be because I'm using an older version of OBS. I don't know. Let me see. Let me take out the EVC and see what it does. Well, I had an exciting morning. Some grimy person stole my blower off my landscape trailer. Ugh, isn't that... I hate when people steal stuff. Yeah, see, this thing's not working. Highly disappointed. I really wanted to get this working for you guys. Let's see. Let's try this. I'm going to try it a little bit of a different way. Hold on. It's crazy. I literally had this working so well, and then it just stopped working. I hate when that happens, but that's computer life for you, you know? Alright, let's see if I can go CSV. And it's not reading. Alright, let me turn this off and then back on. I really wanted to have this temp sensor going. Temp sensor is awesome. But I just want to make sure it can stream on live, so it's not... I'm sitting down by the pool, it's 85 and only noon. Gonna need some Ln2 to keep cool today. Remember when you threw Ln2 into your pool? I love throwing Ln2 in the pool, it's so much fun. All right, slackers. Oh, of course, now it's finally working. 44, now we need to log. Bear with me, slackers. I just want to get this one down. I want to have temperature in the stream, otherwise, I don't know. I'll feel like I've failed today. So it says 44. Driving me nuts. So in the meantime, what you can do is you can join, follow, make sure you do all that good stuff. I'm trying to make sure that this is working in 44.6. That is not the temperature. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to close that stuff out, rerun. Right. Sorry, I'm not showing you guys how to use this thing, but it's kind of driving me nuts. So 43.6, we're good there. We're going to write to a file. Right into the file. Right. Oop, wrong one. Look at that, it's finally working again. Alright, so let's keep that there going. Alright, so that's working. Takes a little bit. Yeah, everything always happens like live. That's what drives me nuts. I was at my local Micro Center, got the new OC formula board and the 6900 XT. What's cool is I got them both for $300 above MSRP. Right next to it was an LQ for $2,800. What are they thinking? That's awesome, man. Glad you was able to get hardware. Most people were complaining about they couldn't get hardware, so now it's good to see that people are getting hardware. So, oh, and if you got paste, make sure you put them in a bag and seal it, because paste does go bad after a while and it loses its properties. It gets hardened up, so you want to make sure you do that. Just a small little tip. Alright, so we got this. Let's make sure the temp is actually working. It looks like it's working, but let's make sure it is working. You'll see that temp meter. Oh, look how hot it gets real quick. Ooh, that is awesome. It's fun watching that. So now, now you guys get to, I don't have to put that thing in the middle and mess up my focus and everything. Awesome. Don't freeze your beard. What fun is that, broski? Alright, so it looks like, yay, we got temperature meeting. Do you see how hot that's getting? That means we got a good transfer. So usually I want to do that before. We're almost at 50C already, 120 degrees. Awesome. So what I like to do is I always check. Oop, helps if I was on the right one. Hopefully that didn't mess something up. Yeah, so we're around 56 degrees on the pot, but you guys can't see. Let me see if... Oh, look at that. You guys can see. So this is pretty much set up nice. So camera A and camera B. So you can see pretty much the temperature. This is the temperature on the pot, and this is the temperature on the chip. You want anywhere between like a 7 or 8 C delta. When we're gonna end up doing this multiple times. I think all this week what we'll do is we'll do Threadripper, and what we'll do is I'll lap the chip, and then like we'll see what the difference is. Because what I've noticed on Threadripper from all the chips that I've lapped, it is awesome. Ross Q, don't forget your Viking hat. I know. The thing is that I have a Viking helmet and then I have a Viking hat. I like to rock the helmet, but it hurts my head sometimes. Yeah, do you see how hot it gets? It's almost like 55C. So I'm gonna put the temp down real quick. So everything's nice and hot. I'm pretty happy with the mount. So basically we can proceed now. But one of the things, since we don't have anything covered, ow, that's hot too. It's funny, you can touch the pot and like it's pretty hot. So what we're going to do is I want to make sure that, so what happens is condensation is going to build up all around the pot. And what's going to happen is the ice is going to fall off. We want to make sure that ice does not fall off onto the circuit board and basically cause a bunch of shorts, because then that causes even more bad days, right? Most of the time, you won't lose a board a lot, but sometimes you will. So you always want to take some type of precaution, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wedge in a bunch of paper towels to kind of catch anything and kind of block the water from pooling, right? The key is to basically not have water pool. So you want to try to, you don't want to pool in your computer. You want your computer in the pool or something like that? I don't know. But anyways, oh, let me switch back to that view. Sorry, guys. I know you want to see this. You want to see my pretty face. So... But yeah, we're almost there. We're almost ready for the juice. I'm down. I'm excited. Who else is excited? Who's excited to put Threadripper on liquid nitrogen? Oh, there's just something about liquid nitrogen and Threadripper. It just makes my day. It's one of the reasons why I've had to bench this setup, because the story basically goes, AMD sent me a 64 core. a little while ago, and when I went to go boot it up, it literally wasted a whole weekend of my time because the chip was dead, and I thought maybe it was the board, and the way I was troubleshooting, I didn't even put it together that I thought it might actually be the chip that was dead, and it turned out being the chip. And basically, so I talked to AMD about it, and they're like, well, we'll send you another one. It just took a little bit of time to send one. And sure enough, we got it. And since I've had this chip, I've just been wanting to put it on liquid nitrogen so bad. And so now is the time, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, you guys can see me right now. Get me worried there for a second. I always forget about the delay, you know. So we're just loading up with paper towels. What you really want to do is try to make sure that there's no air that gets into between the socket. I usually put some eraser. So you have basically, I know eraser, it seems weird. But they have this, it's like tacky eraser, that the art eraser. What you can do is you can have that. What I found with Threadripper is there's some air holes around the socket that like to get in. So what I do is I basically put a little bit of that art eraser to seal the CPU to trap any moisture that gets in. Basically any air that gets in there. So, all right, we're almost there. I'm so excited. It's been a while. I need some juice. I hope it doesn't explode. The mighty Odin's back. You got it, broskies. And I'm here for good, so I ain't going anywhere. We're back with a vengeance. We're going to be streaming every other day for a little while. We need to get back on it. Need to get comfortable. The whole real goal is this, to get me to do vlogs, right? So the more comfortable I get between the camera, the more video I can do for you slackers. So, I don't know. I'm just kind of excited. I can't believe we're going to get Threadripper on liquid nitrogen. Yeah, buddy. Well, ooh, this is a good question. What is the lowest temp the chip can be? I have no clue because I haven't tested this. And to be honest, every chip is different. And every architecture is pretty much different. So we're going to try to get this down to minus 196 degrees Celsius. But there's a lot of stuff that could cold bug us. It could be something on the board. There could be something on the chip. And these have like a lot of CCDs, right? So I don't know. It could be anything that might cause issues. A lot of what causes issues on AMD has to do with the IF clock. So you got to be careful with IF clock. So you want to lower it usually. If you ever see X570 chip, like any of the chips, you see a lower IF clock usually. That's because it usually causes a cold bug. So it really depends on chip. We might only be able to bench at minus 100. So I don't know. We'll see what we can do. I'm hoping we can get a little bit colder than that. But again, this is the first time we're doing it. So, well, first time in a while. So this is just going to be like more or less just testing, getting all the settings down, making sure I have enough voltage, and just giving it the first try. Because usually when we do liquid nitrogen, we're actually benching it like a bunch of times. We're not going to just do it once and be like, we're done, right? We're going to be benching it and try to achieve the highest score we can go. We want to try to, basically, I don't know. I think we have an opportunity here to maybe even do some records. I don't know. We'll see. Let's get some liquid nitrogen. Yeah, buddy. Most important is a good mount. Isn't that the truth? And I think we can only get so far without lapping the TR chip. So this is without it lapped, and then we're going to end up doing another. Maybe we'll do a couple streams basically without it lapped, and then we'll do a stream with it lapped. And I have a feeling that we'll see quite a big difference, because when we did it at Gamers Nexus, I saw a huge difference. My 32 core would only do up to 5.1, and it wasn't really consistent. When I lapped it and we did it at Gamers Nexus, I was actually up to 5.3 and consistent, so I could run 5.3 all the time. So let me pour some juice out of my 30-liter doer. We want to try not to waste too much today, because I only have so much to do. Threadripper lid direct die Ln2. Here we go. Yeah, you wish. Let's see how far that temp drops. This is such a cool feature. I'm so happy that John Elmore put this in, because you can see, look at how cold it just starts dropping. Not easy to do, not worth the risk. It's soldered. Lapping makes more sense. Yeah, one of the reasons why we lap is to make that surface, to prep that surface. When you start delidding, it actually causes more issues because of the solder. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be trying delidding because I'm not going to try that on a $5,000 chip. This chip is basically going to go into my workstation after, so basically all the streams and all the editing and everything will be on this chip in the future, after we get done torturing the hell out of it. Pour some out for the homies. Yeah, this is for my boy. Love you, man. Miss ya. Like I said before, if you guys check out Discord, or not Discord, if you check out the description below, I lost my buddy about 2 weeks ago. His family's really having a hard time. I've been having a hard time with it too. It was really sudden. We weren't expecting it, but to help out with like all expenses that they're gonna have to go through, if you can at least maybe buy a shirt or donate here, pretty much all. I'm just gonna send that money over to them. So any shirts you buy, that money is gonna go over, and you can actually go to GoFundMe and basically do the GoFundMe way and send money directly to them. So if you want to do that on YouTube, you can find it in the description below. So it's a little bit hard for me to talk about. So, but yeah, it mean the world to me if you guys can do that. Every little bit helps. I don't care if it's $1. Yeah. So, but yeah. So it looks like we're getting cold. Look at that. We're almost at 0°C. You can see how much I barely poured any liquid nitrogen into it, and it's basically pulling down like crazy, which is absolutely sick. I cannot believe we're at 1.2. Watch. Little pour. We went down from 1 to 0 to minus temps. Look at that. How awesome is that? How is your Viper header project going? I don't know. I basically have brand new headers and everything. I gotta go. I have no idea what's going on with it, so I'll tell you sometimes later. It is done before clicking. Look at that temp drop. Yeah, look at that. I just barely poured a little bit, and we're pretty much at minus 10°C. Which is pretty crazy. So let's turn on Threadripper and kind of get to it, right? I might have to adjust some stuff over here, though. We'll let it go into the BIOS for now, but let's see if I can make sure the screen goes. I want to say camera A and camera B. Hold on. Camera A is what? Just bear with me 1 sec. I'm just trying to. And there we go. Sweet. So now you can see the temperature underneath, and we could play around a little bit. Ooh, it's getting it excited. Nice. So if you're absolutely stoked that we're doing a liquid nitrogen stream on Threadripper, make sure you like, subscribe, follow on Twitch. You want to hang out with me a little bit more? Join Patreon and then get access to Discord. For $2 a month, it's going to go up to $5. So make sure you do that too. Yes, let's go. I'm so stoked. Yes. Yes. All right, so what do you guys think? How fast do you think we're going to go, huh? So if you guys remember the last time I was on Steve's stream and we did Threadripper on 64 core, we only got to 4.9. So the whole goal for this is to make sure we get to 5 gigs. Go 5 gigs or go home. And I know it doesn't sound much, but 64 cores. We're not talking 5 cores. We're not talking 10 cores. We're talking 64. What is that like? That's a lot of cores. 6.5. Dust till dawn, RTDC. Let's get the party started. Thanks for the $20, broski. Much appreciated. Just so you guys know that any of those will also go to my boy Rock. Unfortunately, I think YouTube takes half of it. So if you donate $20, I basically will give $10 to Rocky's family. Just so you guys know. That way, you guys know what you guys are giving to. So, and also you can do the GoFundMe. So, all right, let's just get started. So let's I don't know. Let's just go. I'm so stoked. I can't believe we got it on liquid nitrogen. Oh, we got to do one thing. We need to turn the heater on. So when you start getting cold, what the heater does. So this is a heater from Elmore Labs. So make sure to check out Elmore Labs. Their temp meter with the stream overlay, all of that is because of him. He's awesome. Highly recommended. He's great for support. He has his own Discord too. I pretty much have all of his products, and we're using one of his heaters today. So what we're using the heater for is basically what the heater will do is keep the rest of the system warm while this is cold. So it kind of combats the cold from the pot, so that way something like memory, like condensation doesn't build up and cause bad days, if you know what I'm saying. So one of the things that we got to do, I keep on forgetting like I'm using the wrong keyboard. I'm not used to being able to use both keyboards. That was one of the cool things that I did with this to make it much better. I want to say, where was that? So I want to say AMD overclocking. You guys can see this. Very cool. Ln2 mode. So what we're going to do is enable Ln2 mode and reboot. I'm not totally sure what they do on there. So one of the questions I get asked all the time is like, what are all those settings mean? Half the time, I don't know, broski. That's the tough part. Notice that it's almost 15 degrees already. So we're going to pull it down a little bit. I wonder if this heater is working. I'm almost scared to touch it. It might burn me. I don't know. Maybe you do have to use the EVC? I don't know. I could have sworn that for the heater you didn't need to use the EVC. But I could be wrong. That could be my fault. But anyways. What happened there? Yeah, it doesn't seem like we're getting much heat from the EVC. Which is fine. We don't even need to use it. I was kind of rushing to try to get it done. It's a lot of options with the same results, but duplicated to make a $500 board, $25 BIOS look good. BIOS is quite intimidating. I don't think it's too intimidating. I mean, compared to the other ones, maybe it is a little bit. But I like having... So one of the best things that I like about ASRock's BIOS right now is that it actually displays memory channels. So for Threadripper, if you guys check out my other streams when we were getting everything started and playing with everything, it was kind of a nightmare to try to deal with that. So it was actually nice to have the BIOS let me know that basically there's problems with the memory channels and the mount. So we spent a lot of time to be able to go through. Yeah, the Elgato's off right now because it's rebooting. So just bear with it. The signal will come back and basically boot up and come on. So don't worry about it. It's not going down. I think you need to configure the heater plate via the EV. I might have to. I'm probably slacking on it. We'll do it for next time. It's okay. I think we'll be pretty much fine anyway. For how much time we've wasted on just setting it up, so it might go to crap. This is the first time we're doing liquid nitrogen on this chip, so I really don't know yet. So let's kind of just bear with me. All right. So it's been a little bit since we did this. We're going to go up here so that way we can see everything. Did I not set that? Oh, yeah. I want a little bit more space. And I know you guys you guys think I'm crazy a little bit. So let's check out some of the stuff that I've been doing, right? So I've been running Threadripper a lot. Like I said before, I lost my buddy, so I wasn't able to really be on stream because technically I was just a mess. So, but what I was doing is, what was nice is, so when you're having issues in your life and stuff and you need something, it's really good to kind of focus on something that you enjoy doing. And to be honest, that's pretty much what I did. So what I was doing is playing around and messing with Threadripper and playing with memory and doing some cool stuff. And to be honest, I actually forgot all about how Threadripper is and how much I actually really enjoyed Threadripper. Because Threadripper is, I don't know, it's much different than X570, especially when it comes to IF clock. It's not so dependent on IF clock when it comes to like memory. Like if you, on X570, if you go from like the 3600, if you don't do a 1-to-1 ratio, the performance really falls off the map when you really start pushing memory. On Threadripper, it actually doesn't do the same thing. I don't know why many don't talk about it, but I completely forgot about it, and I remember it from last time, right? So the coolest part about it is that I was able to push memory and have the uncore frequency the IF clock not as high. And one of the things on liquid nitrogen is you really can't have that IF clock so high. So that's why it's low in these screenshots on air, because I wanted to see what was the best for that particular IF clock. Because usually if you set IF clock lower, the IF clock will give you cold bugs. So what we're going to do is we're going to just keep going cold and just try to see how far we can go. Let me grab my torch because we're probably going to end up needing it. Man, my allergies. It's been raining. So we haven't had rain in Florida for quite a while. And now all of a sudden we've been getting a lot of rain. So like my allergies and stuff have been going like a little crazy. Bench Windows 11. Actually, I'll probably do that next time. I spent a couple of weeks on this, so I'm not going to go just start with Windows 11. I don't know. Can you damage the CPU if you cool it off too fast? Well, if you crack the paste, yes. But otherwise, not really. It benefits the chip greatly by running it cooler. So, Threadripper seems to get left out a lot. All about the Ryzens for most tech tubers that I catch. Yeah, well, Threadripper's expensive, but to be honest, it's probably my favorite platform at this point. X299 was pretty much one of my major favorite platforms, just because I like the big chips, but this has basically replaced X299 for me. So Threadripper is pretty awesome with quad channel memory so the big differences between Threadripper and X570 is you got more cores, right? But you also have quad channel memory versus dual memory, right? So that actually opens up quite a bit of performance, and it actually, for some reason, allows the memory to scale over the IF frequency. Instead of using the 1-to-1 relationship, you can use a 1-to-2. So basically, you can do memory whatever frequency you want, and then you can basically do the IF clock at a lower one. Now, the reason why we want to do IF clock, like I was saying, is you want to make sure that we're on a lower IF clock because we don't want our cold bug to cause issues. And what I mean by that is, what happens is we have a thing called a cold boot bug, and then we have a cold bug. A cold bug is when you're pouring a temperature, and say we're at minus 42 Celsius right now. Well, what could happen is when the system completely freezes, so if I were to pour right now and say it went to minus 50, if the system froze, that would be what's called a cold bug. Basically, it's when the system stops responding. Now, I could reset real quick without powering. You can basically do a warm reset, and it would still be alive as long as the temperature is lower, right? But as soon as you hit a point where you can't boot and you got to shut down, then we have to deal with what's called a CBB or a cold boot bug. That means we have to have a certain temperature when we boot up. So we need to figure that out. I'm new to this chip. I don't know what it's going to do. So we need to make sure we check. So first we got to figure out the CBB, and then we got to figure out the CB. So the cold bug. So let's figure out the cold bug first. So we're at minus 45 now. I'm running out of Ln2 quick. This thing is going to eat Ln2. So can the M1 chip rival the Threadripper? Yeah, I don't think so. From what I've heard, all the issues, so I actually had a buddy of mine ask me about the M1 chips versus doing an Intel. So he's like, hey, I wanted to buy a new MacBook. Should I get the Intel one or should I get the new M1 chip? And from what we found out is a lot of people are actually having issues with the M1 chips. I usually never buy the first gen of anything. So basically, like, this is what, second gen or third gen of Threadripper? It's one of those. But like I put the analogy towards cars, right? Whenever a new car comes out, I never buy a first-year car. The reason why is because they haven't fixed all the bugs and the little stupid things that don't work, right? So I usually wait for like a second year. Like I own a big diesel truck, right? So instead, I have a Ford F-350. It's a 2018. I bought it at a 2018 because I wouldn't buy a 2017 because that was the new gen that came in. So just to give you a couple analogies and stuff like that. But yeah, but maybe the next gen M1 will be better, and they've worked out the bugs, and then I would recommend doing it. But I really can't recommend it at this point in time. So, anyway, Zen 4 has 128 cores. Yeah, we don't know about that yet. We'll see. All right, so let's figure. Enough of talking about chip cores and stuff. Let's get to the good stuff, if you know what I'm saying. So we're at minus 60 right now. I'm just moving the mouse around, kind of playing around. We'll open up Benchmate. I want to try to see what the cold bug is. So what we're going to do is basically find out what this is, and then we know we can write it down and save it for later, right? So we're going to end up, I'm just going to do a couple runs, kind of play around. What I've been playing around is, we're going to focus on Cinebench R20, because why not? It's Cinebench R20. So we're just going to run it a couple times, make sure we're in the good view. And we'll see. You can see, just pay attention to the temperature drop on this. Do you see how the temperature dropped? It went up down like 3-4 degrees. That's 64 cores running at 4.1 gigahertz, and it only dropped 10 degrees. Now, that's what's special about this pot. Like, I mean, when I say special, it's super special. Oh, it's not at 4.1. Hold on. I'm glad I did that. So one of the things that I wanted to do compared to last time that I benched Threadripper was to actually use Ryzen Masters. So I've kind of stayed away from using AMD's tools, and I used to use like MSI's tools, stuff like that. So I'm going to actually use... This actually took... It was kind of weird to work with. Like, it was hard for me to figure out. I was kind of like all over the place trying to figure it out. Wow, that's kind of nice. It actually is showing the processor temp, like minus 49, which is pretty much unheard of. Well, let me see if that goes down a little bit more. I didn't even know that it was, it actually did that. So this is the first time I was doing liquid nitrogen. So now I've already set up a profile. In here, you can basically modify all the CCDs. This is 41.25, and I'm just going to apply. And what we can do, actually, I'm going to close this. And what we're going to do is I'm going to just show, oh, duh, I have it open. Hardware info. Dun, dun, dun. If you ran it at max right now, how much of a difference in temps do you think there would be? It depends on what max is. It's not far off from 4.2. It wouldn't be that much on the temp meter. I just want to kind of show what's going on. So now we're at 4.1. So let me just minimize this, and I'm going to run it again. I was lying. It's not at 4.1. Now it is, but now it's at 4.125. So, all right. So let's just kind of... I'm not going for like records or anything right now. This is kind of just going through and basically just testing stuff out, getting everything working, and then we go for records. But that's even if the chip is capable of it. So we never know. Yeah, they read down to minus 50, Toolish. I didn't even know that. It's crazy. Yeah, 25K in R20 is not really good. That means that's how I knew that the clocks weren't set. So now it should be around the 32,000, 31,000 to 33,000, depending on how cold everything is. I started noticing a memory limit from heat, from basically turning all the knobs and switches on voltages and stuff. Heat just kind of... Overclocking memory increases the heat, and if your cooler can barely handle 64 cores, it doesn't... I don't know, you're kind of... See, look at it, 32,000. So we're at 4.125. See, that sounds better, 32,000. So we're going to run again, but look at the temperature. So we're only at minus 64C, which is pretty epic. This, if you notice, I'll pour a little bit of nitrogen on it, liquid nitrogen, and you'll see that it pretty much holds 64 cores like no tomorrow. You're talking like a 3-4 degree drop, which is very, very little. And that's just because there's so much engineering design into this pot that he really did a kick-ass job with it. So I highly recommend it. Definitely awesome. Software standalone, didn't know about Benchmate. Yeah, Benchmate's awesome. Like, you just download Benchmate and it has everything you need to bench, basically. You can't get any better than that. So what we're going to do is we're going to try going a little bit colder. I'm actually going to bump the clocks up a little bit because I've been benching at 4.125 for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I just want to feel the more power. Sorry, I get excited sometimes. What can I say? But anyway, if you get excited and you want to hang out with me more, check out Patreon. Patreon, Bearded Hardware. You can just go to Bearded Hardware, get access to Discord, come talk to me. I'm an awesome person. I rock. But anyway, so one of the things that working with Ryzen Master is it can be a little bit difficult to work with. So what I'm going to do here, I keep on switching. I need to get that keyboard over here. It's messing me up a little bit. So let me move this out of the way. That way I know what is what, because I keep on going to that keyboard and messing everything up. So we need to get all situated. Sorry, I moved the studio. It's been kicking my butt. Yeah, if anybody knows how to set this easier than me doing it like this, let me know, please, because it really is frustrating. Dun, 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 dun. So what we're going to do is we're going to overclock in the OS using all these tools. But we got to set every CCD. What are we doing? Here, we'll just do this. I just want to make sure that it's working reliably and we're getting everything going. 1, 2, 3. Mouse keeps on getting stuck a little bit. So, yeah. Let's see, bro. Such a nice day. Why are you not on the golf? Whoa, what happened there? I think, not sure. These are some of the weird stuff that we start getting when we go cold. All of a sudden it's shut down. No idea why. I think one of the things with this though is that Threadripper, remember we were talking about CB? Notice we're not getting any power whatsoever right now. So I think what we did is we actually hit the CBB. So we might have to go to like, I don't know, -20 to get it back. So let's see. Switch over back to the other view for a sec. We're having some technical difficulties. We just shut down, not sure why. Let's see if it's a CBB issue. No power. Let's drain power from it completely. I'm going to take off this heater just in case. It doesn't seem like it's getting hot, so. I don't know. Maybe the chip just died. Who knows? Too much megahertz. Well, we didn't even really get the run, so. And we're having some issues. All right, so let's go to about +20. No power whatsoever. I don't know, maybe we got power coming through here. What's going on? Let's see. Interesting. I don't know, maybe we're too hard on the pot. Loosen it up a little bit. Sometimes when mount happens, like you have a bad mount, it can basically do this same thing where it doesn't read anything. I don't know, I'm not sure what happened here. Make sure all the power cables are in. We shouldn't have any condensation because we just started. So that's strange. I'm wondering if we have that's never a good thing. No power might not CPU issue? Overclocking intensifies is right. We'll power it down for a little bit. Doubt we got condensation issues so quick. It seems a little strange. We lost power. Make sure I'm not missing something. Sometimes if you don't have CPU in there, that would do it. One of the issues you have with Threadripper is basically it requires so much power that if your power supply doesn't work properly, I have to wonder, maybe it's the power supply. Alright, so now we gotta basically reset. Unless the board just popped, which could be. Doesn't seem hot. Well, that's a bummer. Means we gotta take it apart. Oh, we were so there. Of course, Dutch, you leave for 10 minutes and look what happens. No, this is just what happens, man. Sometimes you're playing around, you end up breaking something or something it doesn't like, so I'm kind of used to it at this point. You do this for long enough, it pretty much just happens. But I would like to know what we need to do to get it working again, because I was so excited. I just wanted to run, and we didn't even get a chance to run. Which is always the case. I feel like we always get killed. And the inline fuses, there shouldn't be any fuses. I'm trying to think. I don't know. No, there shouldn't be any issue. I actually was able, when I first started this setup, to run like 4.2 sometimes. So we were only at 4.1 gigahertz. So I don't think it was really anything, unless something popped on the board, which could be, or the chip just was not happy. I don't know. What we'll do is we'll take it apart again and check it out. It's what we do here. We don't just give up, right? Come on. That would be slacking. Nah, it shouldn't be wet. We literally just pulled down. I mean, it's possible, but I highly doubt it. And plus, we're heated up, or we're heated up already. So let's pull this. Strange, though. I haven't seen that happen before. So let's pull off some of these paper towels and see what's going on. Seems kind of strange. We do have condensation in the pot, but that's expected. But I'm not seeing where there would be any water anywhere causing a short or anything. There's no water dripping off the side or anything like that. Yeah. I'm not seeing, it's pretty dry, which is strange, so. I mean, usually we have some type of issue like this. Could be CPU, could be board, I don't know. I guess we're just gonna have to pop this puppy off. Oh, look at that. That mount is exceptional too. That always stinks because I hate, it's usually the times when I get the best mount is when I have the trouble. $5 says it's power supply. Farstrider, thanks for the $5, broski. I don't know, man. I blame the KP base, someone said. That's pretty funny. I highly doubt it's the base, to be honest. I feel like there's some type of short. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something here. I'm missing something. What's going on? I don't know. Let me take a screw. I don't want to take the pot off because literally, so when you use the X method, especially with like Threadripper, that pot basically suction cups onto the chip, and really it's got a good mount right now. So I don't want to take it off, but what I'm going to try to do is try to maybe like adjust some of the tightness. How like what we did on Threadripper, we're trying to get everything to run. I don't know. I'm a little concerned that it's probably not going to help, and I really don't want to adjust it too much. Well, we'll try just a little bit. Now, to remember where I put the screwdriver set is another thing. Because I reorganized everything, and now I can't find anything. That's usually how it rolls. Alright, let's see. Well, that's highly disappointing. It's always the times when you're so excited that it gets ruined, which is a bunch of crap. Alright, let's see. So let's get our trusty screwdriver out and see if we can adjust it a little bit. I hope if I got the right one. It should be this one, I think. Yeah, I've seen it where you have to basically go through and... Yeah, there we go. Amazing! Yeah, but now my BIOS is completely reset, which sucks. But yeah, it's just a little bit of screwdriver. I guess you can say Threadripper's a little bit screwed, huh? Sorry, I can't help myself sometimes. Alright, let's see if this will go this time. I don't know if this is going to work too much longer. I don't know. But let's just try to make it work, right? Oh. Forgot something. I'm checking out the post screen to make sure that it's actually doing. I think it's going through the reset BIOS procedure. So it's going, what it's doing is it's posting like crazy. So we'll go through a couple different sequences and then it will go to the normal sequence. There we go. Alright, so what are you slacks doing? Why wouldn't... This is why you shouldn't doubt the slacker. That is true. You should never doubt the slacker. He's learning. You should be too. Nah, you just never give up, man. That's how it rolls. I've always been that type of worker where, like, we don't stop until we figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You know what's funny is I know as soon as I put all this back, it's going to stop working again. That's usually how my luck is. We're just going to try not to go too hard. I just hope we have all the memory channels and stuff, because that's usually with the mount that's a problem. So I don't know, why are we losing GPU here? Alright, well that's going. We're trying to figure it out. It looks like it might have been thermal expansion, contraction of the plate causing an issue. Yeah, it could be. It's really hard to say. There's like no, there's no definitive like what it actually is. I mean, it's really more theory than anything. But a lot of the times is, I noticed that's always an issue. What's D? Why am I getting D6 issues now? So it almost doesn't like my GPU in that slot. Let's try that. Don't mind me, I'm trying to not be a slacker. Alrighty, we're getting there. We're getting there. What a pain. They wanted to sum up overclocking in one word. Pain, I think, is the best one. What do you guys think? Why D6? Why D6? Alright, before I get it going, let's see. I had a similar issue before, and there was something, I can't remember what I did. Let me make sure I reset it. If computers were reliable, most of us wouldn't have jobs. Isn't that the truth? Thanks, broski. Mr. Ginger. Thanks for that $5, broski. $5 goes a long way to help my buddy's family out. I might have to change out the GPU for now, too. Hey there, Joe. I can see the stream. Awesome, Joe. Glad you got to make it. Oh, this thing's driving me nuts. Yeah, if we keep on getting the D6 issue, I'm going to end up changing out the GPU. The whole point of me having it over there is because I didn't really want it to block everything so you can see it a little bit more. So, come on, no D6 issues. I want to just mount the pod already. No, D6. Alright, so what we're going to do is, I was just using a 2080 Ti. It shouldn't matter, but we're going to switch it out. So let me just grab this over here. I was using a riser to keep it out. It could be this GPU too. We'll take a 1070 I have. It should do what I need it to do. And require less power. So I grabbed that the other day because I was having some issues where I couldn't get the GPU to, or I guess I couldn't come with the screen to come up, so I just used another GPU. So this one should be fine. It might be a CPU issue too, you never know. What the hell happened? I grabbed lunch and come back and we're not pouring Ln2 anymore. I don't know, we got some issue where I had to, I don't know if it's thermal expansion like someone was saying, but I had to break everything down real quick and loosen up the CPU. Because otherwise it was just failing every time. So, and now that I ended up having to loosen it up. Then I finally got it to boot, but then all of a sudden, then I was having issues with the graphics card. Where usually it was getting D6 issues where it just didn't like the graphic card at all. I hate when we get random postcodes. 92. I want 62, not 92. Let's see. Sometimes this monitor gets funky too. It could be the riser cable that just went, which is strange. We can put up another one. Oop. So who thought this would be a troubleshooting stream? Went proof, then disassembly. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. How high are your expectations about the next Threadripper series? I have a Strix that can't wait to try 90s SLI setup. I don't know if it's anything like... So usually when a new platform comes out, right? It's usually much better. And to be honest, this platform is pretty damn stellar as it is. So for it to get better, I don't know. I would say I think we'll probably see like 4 or 5 64 core. That's kind of like what my guess would be, is that when if they release a new 64 core, it would be it would gain some IPC, and I think it would gain some clocks. So now this one doesn't want to go. So let's try this. Maybe it's the riser. Could very well be. I really hate risers. They're kind of a big pain to me. So let's just try to put it in directly. See if maybe that causes an issue. Because I want to get this going. We just got started, too. That's how it rolls. There we go. I saw this. Oh, of course it shut off. So it looks like it's the riser that went. Damn you! That was awesome. Oh, I can't stand risers. I hate when it happens. Alright, so let's... Looks like we're pretty good. Did we lose our settings? Let me just make sure... Oh no, yeah. So luckily I saved all my settings. So load... Alright, so we're just gonna do that. I gotta tighten down the pot again, so we're gonna have to shut down just for a sec. Plus we're at, what, 51 degrees on the... It's getting a little toasty. I just want to make sure it boots up before I start going. But that sucks. We lost a riser. And I guess this doesn't block too much, right? So, that's good. That's a bonus. But I want to tighten it down before I start getting cold. I'm hoping we don't have that same issue again. But it looks like maybe the riser was screwing us. Alright. So let's tighten it down again and get back to it. Round 2. That's how it is sometimes. Sometimes you find weird issues. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just bang your head in agony and drive yourself completely nuts. That is overclocking. Risers can be problematic with multi-GPU mining rigs. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it really didn't run it long enough to be able to get wet. So, but anyways, so I feel like you guys are slacking on likes. We got over 200 people watching live right now, but we don't have under 200 likes. So let's get it above 200 likes, slackers. You guys are slacking. Come on, I can't do all the slacking myself. I need you guys to slack a little bit more. Yeah, of course, I get totally done by a riser. Which, I don't know. Drives me nuts. But it's kind of funny in a way. Because I try to do something to make it nicer for you guys, and of course, that's what ends up shooting me in the foot, right? It's just how it is, man. Live streaming is more like stress streaming. Got to slack on the slacking. When is the next Nexus show? That's actually a good question. Steve is kind of busy right now, so like he's doing a lot of stuff for the channel. So I'm kind of waiting for him to be able to slack a little bit more. But I actually talked to him the other day. We'll be doing something soon. We just don't know when yet. I know he's doing a move and stuff, and he's got a lot of stuff going on. So when he starts getting a little bit more time, which probably be in like a month or two, we're gonna end up going up there and visiting Steve and saying hi and doing some glorious streaming like we're doing now. So definitely stay tuned for that one. All right, so it looks like that is good, and we can go back to it a little bit. Man, that was disappointing. We were just getting going and poof. But that's what happens in overclocking. That's just pretty much the way. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug the hard drive back in. And we're at 50 degrees. Let's start getting a little bit colder. The kind of funny thing, I'm not sure we even need the heater on this, because I feel like Threadripper gets so hot so quick that it doesn't really get cold enough. I don't know. It's something we're gonna have to test out once I figure out the heater, because apparently I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to Elmore's heater yet. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do a vlog on how I screwed up or something. I don't know. Something like that. Alright, let's see if we can boot into the OS again. Get it a little bit colder. Temp Meter is good. Where's the beard and hair merch? It's because I've been slacking, man. I wish I didn't have a real job. If I did this all day long for you guys, man, it would be the dream. To be honest, this is probably one of my favorite things to do, is to just stream for you guys. Just interacting with you guys. You guys are you just make it amazing for me to do this. And to be honest, the more and more I do it, the more and more I enjoy it. And I miss it. It's kind of crazy. Oh, you better boot. Don't give me this slack. There we go. Okay. 62 is good. I don't know if you guys can see that. No, you can't, but 62 or B2, whatever you want to call it. If you're not here, you should be in the Discord channel. It is the best, which is true. Like I keep on saying, if you guys want to interact with me more, if you guys want to have some tips on building PCs, we have the Slacker army that will help you out. And then I always join in and come in and put my little 2 cents in all the time. Oh, we got to reset that real quick. Yes, we're up again. Woohoo! Moving on up. Finally. Oh. All right, well, we need to get the view over, because we want you guys to see all the slack. How's the temp meters? Yes, the temp meter is pretty good. All right, so let's go back into Ryzen. Make sure we're running again. Man, did you get a little bit worried there for a second? I know I got a little bit worried there. I was like, oh, what's going on here? What's going on? We're just going to put this over here. Just when ice starts building up, we don't want it to fall over. It's usually what happens. It usually goes where you don't want it to go. Alright, so we're going to set it up to 4125 again. We'll just put this down here for quick. Open up Benchmate. Start getting it cold again. Alright, let's see, where are we at? So we're at 0C. We should be able to run it right now. We love you, Joe. We're here for you, broski. Mortal Wizard, you guys are great. And if you see me talking, it's because we're on Twitch and YouTube, just so you guys know. We're doing a little bit both for a little bit until we get Twitch going. Twitch eventually is going to be for more like streams where I'm not really doing anything that's like logical, where I don't have to do a thumbnail. It's kind of just, hey, let's test something and play around. And YouTube is probably going to be more towards, we're going to do like eventful streams, and we'll do like a lot of vlogs and stuff, because my life is so hectic and crazy. Vlogs are probably the only way that I can narrow down so you can see all the cool shit that I do. So, anyways, so let's make sure 4.1's working, because I got very disappointed and I wanted to get this up. I want to see that 5 gigahertz. I mean, who else wants to see 5 gigahertz, right? Why does a lot of stuff is blacked out? I don't even know what that means. Sorry, broski. I don't understand it. Look at that. So around 31,000. Hopefully, I bet you some of my settings weren't saved. But that's good enough. Anywhere from 31,000 to 33,000 is actually good. Oh, it might... Yeah. So how's the temp meter looking? Yeah, you can see how much... Woo! 800 watts right now. About 31,000. Nice! Alright, so let's get it up. I'm going to start going... I'm going to push it down to about 4.2. Sorry, I was playing with this before. Once I get used to it, I go quick, so just bear with me. I'm getting used to using Ryzen Master. If you guys know a better way to do this, let me know. But this is the way I've been doing it. It probably is not the greatest way, but it's what I know works for sure. What's cool about this is you can literally dial in your Threadripper setup for, like, say if you're only using a certain amount of cores, you can always make sure the best cores are the ones that are ripping it up, if you know what I mean. But I just want to make sure all my settings are good, and that way we can start moving on and start getting a little bit colder. Ooh. Whoa, is there a glitch in Ryzen Master when you overclock high? No, it really shouldn't be. Well, it could be a Ryzen Master issue, but I don't think so. When I talked to AMD, they said that's something they use, so I wanted to kind of be in the same category with what they use. And what's nice is that, like, if you have Ryzen Master, you can use it on pretty much any board. So that's kind of the goal. I wanted to kind of do something that would be for you guys, right? It's not cool. Like, there was a couple times, if you've seen like a bunch of my other streams, and we talk about, and I'm using this utility, and then I go back to the manufacturer, and then they won't let me share it with you guys. That sucks. So I don't want to get into that mode where I get stuff that you guys can't get. I want to do everything that I can for you guys to take what I'm doing and do it yourself. So that's the goal. We don't we don't do here. We don't try to be elite or anything like that and not give you what we have. You know what I'm saying? Control A followed by Control V, and it should go way faster. I think the last time I tried to do paste or copy and paste, it didn't work. So I don't know. Maybe I did something wrong, but let's see. There was a glitch in the temp overlay. Yeah, it'll be glitchy sometimes. You got to figure there's a lot in the line what happens to get that temp meter to work. All right. We'll run that one way, getting more juice. All right, 31,000. So we're getting better there. Luckily, it's CCX, not the 64 cores. All F4 works too. Was it all F4, did you say? I don't know. I'll have to play with that one. All right, so let's try it again. So if I go to Profile 1, what is all F4? That's lame. All them squares. You're funny. All F4 worked. Yeah, closed it. Slacker. You guys kill me sometimes. All right, so what are we at? We're at, we need to get a little bit colder. Let's see. Control C. Yeah, see, it won't let copy and paste. Oh well, we'll just do it for this way. Just bear with it. If you guys know a better way to do this, make sure you comment below. That way I can tell what's going on. Because otherwise, like, the other way I was doing it before I found this method was that way I had to, like, I don't know, adjust it. But then, it, like, some of them would be easy. Like, if you go right here, you can adjust it a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that, yeah. See how it goes to, like, 53. But then it's, like, it's not as easy. So I just want to kind of... What are you guys saying? Mine has the apply all tab at the bottom. Is it maybe I'm using an old version or something? Yeah, because I got 4.3, 4.3, 4.3. Yeah. I wonder if it's because I don't have a driver installed. That could be an issue too. I like to do things before I start installing some drivers. Not the Threadripper drivers, but I'm talking about VGA. I mean, we already changed VGAs anyway, so that probably doesn't help stuff. But alright, so we're finally getting somewhere. For a second I thought I was going to have to shut down the stream because we weren't running anymore. What kind of bull crap is that, right? Alright, so now what I like to do too is we go into Benchmate. You can actually open up CPU-Z. So if we open up CPU-Z, what are you guys saying over here? Try the end. We all do eventually. I thought the same. Can't forget the delete system 32 folder performance boost. Denny, you're not funny, broski. So usually what I want to do is if I want to test for cores and stuff, like if you want to see what they're running, you can basically right click the core speed in CPU-Z and you can look. And we're all 42.99, so that's good. So let's try to run it. Where do we at? Minus 27. That should be still fine. I'm curious about the wattage. 815. 805. Ooh, 32,500. Looking good. I want to say that's one of the highest I've done so far. But, I mean, we'll keep on going. So we're at about, what, minus 32. 33,000! Woohoo! We're getting up there. We haven't adjusted voltage either, so we'll try to do it in a little bit. So we're at 4.3. We're at 33,429. Let's try to get another run in. Maybe we can hit 34,000. You got to be careful with Threadripper because if you introduce too much voltage, you introduce too much heat. So you got to be careful and fine line on voltage. Okay, so it seems like we're around 32. Let's go and pump it up a little bit more, right? So what I'm going to do, we'll pop this, pin to task. You guys can still see. What I usually do, I don't know if you guys mind, but what I do is I'll put this in the corner. Usually you get a better score if you do this. It's kind of cheating a little bit, but it's not really cheating because we're not altering anything. We're just trying to simplify it, right? So we're about minus 50 degrees Celsius. Let's go. We're at 4.3. We're going to bump it up to 4.4. I'm doing it in just baby steps. We're chicken clocking like crazy. Now this is just because I want to make sure. I haven't run this chip on liquid nitrogen before. And no matter what you think, all chips don't run the same on liquid nitrogen. So you could have one Threadripper chip that's awesome on liquid nitrogen, and then you could have another chip that's absolutely terrible, where you have like a minus 50 cold bug, and it just causes a nightmare. And it's what's strange too is that a lot of the times when you get a chip like that, that chip is usually stellar on like water or air. Like it's the best clocker there is, but of course you can't put it on liquid nitrogen because there's some weird cold bug that it doesn't like. I've had that on graphic cards. I've had it on a bunch of different stuff. Okay, we're almost there. See, it gets a little bit easier setting this, but it's just kind of grueling. I wish there was an easier way. There probably is, but I'm slacking too much. I mean, I could set it, just save the profile, but I only save the profile so that way when we go back to it, that's when everything's cool. Oh man, did I not? Yeah, hold on. 44. It's pretty crazy that we're running 64 CPUs in this one huge chip. I don't know, it's just fascinating. It's just fascinating how much technology has changed. The old silicon lottery. More cowbell. How cold can you get these chips? I don't know. It depends on the chip. And so far, we've been down to about minus 50. I'm going to try to start pushing it a little bit more as we get a little bit higher on the clocks. So we're at minus about... Oh, what happened? Oh, it glitched out a little bit. Yeah, so we're about minus 40 right now. Okay, good. We got a little bit of glitches there. Alright, so what are we running there? 32855. Can you guys see the Cinebench R20? I remember when 2 gigahertz was huge with single core. I know, like, how crazy is that? Oh, it failed. So a lot of the times when it goes out like that, it means it's not enough voltage. So what happened is Cinebench R20 just completely closed. So what we need to do is get more power. So instead of like 1.2, see, we're running only at 1.25 volts. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pump it at 1.4 because we're on liquid nitrogen. We're not so worried about like too much heat. We can combat a lot of heat. And a lot of these guys I think are running on top clocks are like 1.55, something like that. So we're just going to set it to 1.4 and do some more runs. Alright, so what are we at? The temps, let's get to minus 50. Come on, baby. Oh, maybe too much voltage. Maybe we'll back it down for the clocks. Wish it didn't take so long to open. Alright, so let's go back to profile 1. Let's try 1.3. You never know. Some chips are very, very finicky. You'd be surprised what happens. Alright, so let's run that. Trying to get an idea of temp, mem temp. Seems like the mem are getting a little cool. Try a little bit more voltage, maybe like 1.3. Oh, it shouldn't need that much, to be honest. Maybe we'll try like 1.275. It could be increasing heat, and we're not totally that cold yet. So technically, these chips should be able to run all the way, but let's see. That's actually going. You know what? You reminded me of something. I want to make sure that I got all memory channels and everything. Because a lot of the times, Cinebench R20, if you have mem maybe too tight or you have a couple issues, some weird stuff happens. So we got 32 gig of memory. We're pretty tight. We're running quad channel. Usually if you have an issue, you can see quad right here. It will be triple or dual. So you got to be a little careful. Yeah, I think maybe we're just probably pushing too much volts for 4.4. I don't know. Let's try 275. And we'll keep it open. All right, let's try it again. No, usually that type of error is a voltage issue. So we're gonna just step it up a little bit. What I'll do is I'll just go up one each just to see. So if we just go 1.27, then we'll go to 128, then we'll go to 129, just to see what works. Could also be memory though, but usually that's voltage. Or we can just try more temp too. Usually temp helps everything. Alright, let's go back. 1.29. Alright, we got 1.29. Let's try that again. We're going to start getting a little bit colder too. It could be cold that's causing the issue too. I don't know why it would be. Let's see. Let's try 3.5. See what it does. One thing I might have to change that I just thought about now was that we might have to change the load line. Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to reset real quick. I'm going to change some of the load line settings. Maybe this is one likes running hotter. It could be. I have a feeling that load line's probably causing some issues. I want to remember I loaded this up from an air profile, so I don't know. Remember we reset BIOS, but I might have went in there and changed a couple more things. See, one of the nice things I like about this BIOS screen is I can see all the memory is going. KCT 199. Try changing the CCD from 8 to 1, upper right corner. I'll try that next time. Let me just see if I can figure out what is going on here. I just want to make sure that okay, we're on level 1. We want to jump up SOC. So that could be causing it. So at least matches. Let's do this. Let's do 1.3 and 1.3. Try that. I forgot about SoC voltage. You're gonna need to bump that up quite a bit. So, all right, now that it's booting up again, what's going on? Let me see if I can take some questions. ASRock should build a TRX40 spec motherboard. This is the TRX40 Tai Chi. So, kind of confused about that question, but hey, what are you gonna do? AMD chips need the juice. Yeah, Threadripper is kind of the opposite, actually. Like, you don't want to put too much. Like, if I put 1.4, the thing would get so hot and you wouldn't be able to overclock it at all. It's kind of crazy. But, like, Ryzen chips, yeah, you usually have to give them quite a bit of juice. That's one of the things, like, that Intel has over AMD right now is basically their process is just so mature compared to AMD. So when AMD's maturity grows, right, especially with, like, Threadripper or Ryzen, expect them to start clocking sometime as the process matures, which is pretty exciting in my book. All right, we're going to keep it around -50 right now just because I guess Elgato is not showing the signal. What's going on here? Ruh-roh. Maybe it is mem issues. Oh, was that 1.7 on the DRAM voltage? Yep. Oh, here we go. Issues again. This is ridiculous. So we have a CBB somewhere, which is the cold boot bug. Let me change views real quick. We have the same issue again. So I wonder if it's so we have a CBB at. Ugh. Gonna need to find some way around that. That's what happens sometimes when you go in the BIOS. When you change certain settings, like if you change a memory divider, it's gonna force a CBB. I was kind of surprised that SoC caused it. I'm going to take note on that because I'm probably going to have to change that at some point. Alright, so if we look in here. Okay, everything's set. So let's do this. See if we can boot up. Should be able to boot up fine. It did seem happy around -30, but that's not good. We got to go much colder than that. Gotta be careful of getting it too cold too early too sometimes. Alright, we're getting late. How long have we been streaming now? We've been streaming for a while. Where is my... Oh, we've been doing 2 hours. So usually I want to keep the streams to around 2 hours. Since we went a little bit late today, we're gonna go over because we got a little bit more to do at least. So I don't want to end the stream now, but usually we're going to do 2-hour streams and not just go forever and ever, which I know you guys want to and probably disappointed, but what happened here? Oh, so many issues. I'm late. My apologies to TechOdin. Andy Sidlowski or Sidlowski or however you say it, broski. Better late than never. 2 hours, yes. We're 2 hours in, but we'll probably do another hour. Another hour, and then we're probably done. It depends. Right now, the system's acting like a little bit crazy, which means there could be condensation under the chip. I might not have sealed it all the way, trying to get all the stream together for today. So But you know what that means, though, is that on Monday we'll have another stream, and then we can have fun together again. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow, do all the above, broskies. Because you're not going to want to miss this, because eventually we will get this thing to 5 gigahertz, whether I have to beat the hell out of it or not. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to make sure it's actually even running before... Well, we got to set profile 1 at least. Maybe we'll test out how cold we can go. That way for next stream we know when we start. Because I don't want to do too much without you guys. I feel like these streams are good, especially when we're just going through and doing stuff and getting all the issues worked out. Because how else are you guys going to know it unless I don't show you guys what I do, right? So, let's see. So, let's go right to 4.4. Right. Make sure it's at 4.4. Oh, we got to get it over back to the other one. I need to get my stream... the box all over. I'm working. There we go. Oh, had Zen 3 Threadripper been announced? Not that I know of. Not sure totally yet, broskies. Let's see. Some memory quad. That looks good. Let's do a run, see what it does. So we're at -10. Let's get a little bit colder now. Maybe it's a cold issue. That could very well possibly be. I've seen weirder stuff on weirder chips, man. So you never know. We're at about -15, so let's see how it works. Interesting. This could also be SoC voltage too, which... Wow, best score yet. That's pretty good. So it looks like we're not done. Never count the slacker out. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see if we can get it a little bit colder. Maybe SoC was our problem. Time for a stream deck. Hellhound X15. It's funny you say that. I actually meant to do it the other night. I was so tired last night doing like audio issues because, like I said, plugging everything back in, pretty much nothing works, so I had to redo it all. And I kind of forgot about it. Like one of the things I wanted to have up was the stream deck. So... we're going to have that up for the next one. I just got to play around with it and get everything situated. It's not really easy to stream, especially when you're doing something as complicated as this and you're trying to interact. Man, it's tough, but I could see the stream deck helping massively. Look at that. So we're running like a champ now. What's going on here? Give it a little break for a second. Let the wattage come down. I want to see how much wattage this is. We're going to go back to -50 because I want to see if that... maybe it was just SoC. Maybe I had the SoC just too low. Because the funny thing is... Oh. Ooh, 930 watts. Yeah, buddy. Almost 34,000. Woo-hoo-hoo! Alright, so maybe we aren't down yet. So maybe it was just SoC voltage. And if you notice, I set the regular voltage to 1.3 and the SoC voltage to 1.3. So what we'll do is maybe we'll go a little bit colder now before I... And we'll set it at... after this run, we'll set it to 4.5. And what I'll try to do is bring it down to maybe -100. And let's see what it does then. I don't know. Maybe that would be good. The stream has a hell of a dynamic to it. I didn't think we were going to even go get this close. Nice. So almost 34,000. I think the record's 40,000. So just so you... I don't know if someone wants to look it up. I paid him and checked everything, but the Google Lens picked up everything else. It can be just weird barcode. All right. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But what's going on, Slackers? Joe McGinnis. Great content, brother. I see you go live. I'm in no matter where I am. Joe, you rock, broski. I appreciate the support. We're going to be doing a lot of this stuff, guys. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe, do whatever you need to make sure you get content. Because we're going to be doing lots of stuff. Lots and lots of stuff. So you want to make sure you're not going to miss it. Because We're going to do Stream Rampage this week. Basically every other day for the next at least week we were going to do streams. And that might actually turn into vlogs is what I'm hoping. Because then I can take it a little bit offline, get used to editing, get comfortable shooting. And doing these streams actually helps out quite a lot. I'm actually surprised how much, because going into this I'm like, yeah, I want to, but my confidence level is not up. But what gets my confidence level up is you slackers and the slacker army over at patreon.com. So make sure you go over if you want to get access to Discord. Discord is like an app where you guys can talk. It's like my own little forum where we just have the slacker armies. So if you're into it, check it out. I'm a big fan. I love the encouragement over there. To be honest, I wouldn't be able to do any of this streaming if it wasn't for those guys. The slacker army is definitely in effect, and I really couldn't do it without them, to be honest. So a big thank you to them. Also, my buddy passed. I know I'm going to talk about it on stream. It makes me sad, so I might get bummed out for a couple seconds, but make sure you check out the description on YouTube or on Twitter. I've put it all out. There's a GoFundMe page for my buddy. I think he's having a funeral this week. I know they're doing a close family thing. I don't want to be too much of a bother, but I know it would really help them out if we could donate some cash. Like I said, shirts and anything that's on the site right now, beardedhardware.com, is going to go to help them out. So, and then also you could, if you just want to go directly to them, or you can actually go and put up here and do a comment on YouTube and stuff, and I'll make sure that they get that cash. So anything helps, you know. Like when someone passes, it's a difficult time, and the last thing you want to worry about is expenses, and it's not like we have a lot of money to do that. So I know a little bit of money goes a long way, and I know they would appreciate it. So please do it. It means a lot, means a world to me. So every little bit counts, so any little bit you can do would really make my day. So, man, look at it. It's already at minus 20 degrees. Oh, the damn temp overlay froze again. This temp overlay is killing me. Hold on one sec. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Let's see. Stop writing. We're having some issues with the temp display for some reason. It's not working. Not matching. Let's try this. Alright, hold on. Ugh. It's not working. Alright, well, I'm going to ignore the temperature right now. I'm just going to tell you guys the temperature. It's about minus 25 right now. For some reason, it just stopped again. I need to really debug that and kind of figure out. And of course, this gun stopped too. It's one of the things, like, it's hard to concentrate when you're doing the liquid nitrogen stuff, because issues like this, if you dwell too much on, can cause a bunch of issues. So. Let's see if that will work in the meantime, because this is not working. Yeah, I'm going to have to close this out for some reason. I'm glad I hooked it up, but to be honest, it's actually much easier for me to do now compared to before. It used to be a lot harder to try to move around and maneuver. If you watch the streams from last week, I was really having trouble trying to maneuver around. Now we take TC1 out. There we go. Alright, we're back again, and it looks like the system's coming up a little bit. Alright, let's see. So let's go back. We're going to go right to 4.5. We might need to push the voltage a little bit. I'm going to push. We could be having a condensation issue, so we want to make sure that I don't know. Says, is the process intact? Kill the process for the temp overlay, maybe relaunch it. Ah, Spider, that's basically what I did. So thanks for the tip. I did it anyway, but appreciate any help that you guys give. 3400 is the F clock. So my F clock is actually at 1600 right now. I'm keeping it that low because it's supposedly, depending on some chips, have less issues with that. So I don't know. We're trying to figure this out. So we're not gonna, don't expect, really in this stream, don't expect to hit the top clocks already. We need to learn the system a little bit. And learning the system just on air is one thing, but learning the system all the way around, and something's happening now. I'm just going to reboot on that one. Hopefully I don't get a cold boot. A CBB. Because then I got to heat up again. The more... See, when you're benching this stuff, you want to try not to basically torch it too much. Because what it does is it builds water inside, and it can block the liquid nitrogen from soaking into the pot. But you just want to be careful. You don't want to... It's okay to do sometimes, but usually when you go for like world record runs, you don't want to do that too much. I see crazy stuff here. Of course we see crazy stuff. It's awesome. Let's see. Windows 11 will do better with high-core CPUs. That's a good thing. Maybe we'll do that this week. I don't know. I really want to get into the vlog type stuff, and I would really like to check out Windows 11. I've been reading a bunch of stuff on it, but I haven't really got a chance to play with it myself. So... usually what I do, and it's kind of funny, for years, probably since Windows 2000, I've been usually part of every event, like doing something, like, and for Windows 11, I wasn't actually paying attention for some reason. Which is funny, because I've done it all the way back into Windows 2000, which shows you my age a little bit. It says, Tullius, I've had to run as low as 1433 on F-Clock to get stable and get to lower temperatures. Yep, that's pretty much... I'm trying to make it go. I'm trying to hammer it through 1600. So, let's see. You gotta. How you gonna know unless you find out, right? Oh, we need more juice. I'm actually gonna start pulling it down cold because we're running out of time and the setup's gonna get wet. So, I want to pull it down more and see kind of what temperature we're looking at. Tullius, what temps were you going on your chip, if you remember? Franco, you slacker. What's up, buddy? I saw that beard. You're growing the beard. Proper. He's got a good beard. I've always told him to grow a beard. Franco is another overclocker from Italy. Good dude. We used to seeing you guys. I miss you guys all at the events and stuff. We used to go into a bunch of events, and we haven't been going to any events. Oh, I don't see anything worth mentioning about Windows 11. I'm on it now. You can't move taskbar. Oof. Yeah, I'm sure the first version's going to be a little meh. At least it's not as bad as Windows 8, right? Windows 8 was interesting. I liked Windows 8.1. It wasn't so bad. Alright, so I'm just going to jump it up to 1.4. See if we can keep this puppy toasty. And we'll do benchmate. And let's start getting it cold. I'm going to see if we can try to get like minus 100. Minus 57. Let's move this over so you can see the numbers a little bit. So we're minus 60. So what I like to do is I'll take a mouse. Oh, my setup's not the best for this right now. But usually like when I'm trying to explore for like a cold bug, what I'll do is I'll just kind of move the mouse around. Because you'll see what happens, like... So we're at about minus 65 degrees Celsius. It's kind of cool to see the actual Fahrenheit, like what is the Fahrenheit version, because I'm not used to it. Like for all of my daily living, we're all about Fahrenheit, but when it comes to computing, I'm all about running like Celsius. It's kind of crazy. So to see that mix is really kind of fascinating. I'm not used to it. And it's something cool for you guys to see too. It says, Broski, click on the little red gearbox on the left side of the cores. We'll lock them all in sync. There you go. Thanks, Tullius. That is awesome. It says, yeah, leaked build is very old. Alright, so we're at about 73. That's a great tip. I was wondering what that is. That's why I love you, Broski. 5.09 the next stream? Probably. What is 509? You talking about it better be 5 gigahertz or not the whatever. Yes, leak bill is very odd. Just I'm not sure about pricing, but server 2022 dropped recently on MSDN, but I haven't tested. Really, I haven't even. I used to have so many. So I was a Microsoft MVP from 2007 to 2011. So what they give you on that basically means that someone at Microsoft nominated you. It's actually a procedure, a pretty good like thing to get. I had it for a while, and then I just had to. I ended up getting into overclocking. That's kind of why I stopped doing it, to be honest. I got into overclocking more, I guess you can say. But yeah, I used to get a free MSDN subscription with that, so that I would download all the good stuff. But I have an MSDN subscription now, but I'm going to have to check on there for Server 2022. Because I do want to test the Server OS on this chip versus like Windows 10. I'm a big fan of Server OSs. That's what I use all the time. I do a lot of dev work on servers. So, oh, I thought I was gonna have to. Yay! I wasn't forced to reboot. I want to keep on taking down the temperature. We're running out of time, so I want to see how cold we can get. Oh, I think we already hit it. Oh, minus 80 might have been it. It depends. Right now, it seems like I think we might have hit cold bug. Oh, maybe not. Come on, boot, boot, boot. We're at minus 90. Let me see. We might be able to get it back. No. I think we're going to have to lower the F clock. Because what we're seeing right now is basically kind of what happened. Unplugged the hard drive because I wanted to go in the BIOS. Looks like we're booting up. Yeah, so it looks like the cold bug was about minus 89 or almost minus 90. So that's basically how we find the cold bug. SoC voltage sync in the BIOS. Dip too low. I usually run server on LTS, so much cleaner OS. Live watching on an episode of ER. Patience crashing. Apply buttons. You guys crack me up. It's always a blast to have all you slackers around. I really enjoy it. I must say. What are we doing here? So what I'm going to do next is basically go in and lower the IF clock. And then we're going to go basically much colder. Alright, we're good. We're booting. Yeah, I think that 1600 IF clock is really what's doing the damage right now. I think we're going to have to lower it, which I'm not excited about. So you see right here, we got 1600. Oh, okay, it's not coming up. Let's see something here. So this is something I need to work out for next time. So it looks like the screen's not coming up as much as I thought it was. So this is what you guys were complaining about. Okay. So we're in the BIOS, but there's something weird with the BIOS that it's not actually... So we're going to go from basically 1600 megahertz on IF clock to 1433. I'm going to test what Tullius did because that's, I think if I remember correctly, that's what I did on TR. But you never know. Like I said again, it's chip dependent. So just because one chip does it doesn't mean another chip's going to do it. So it's just how it is. Minus 99 was the CBB, and CB was around minus 90, broski, for my CPU. Really? So you didn't have any CBB? Interesting. Interesting. Well, let's see what it does right now, because we'll see. I want to know why the Elgato's not picking up. I might have to switch back to the EVGA to get the BIOS and everything. Because right now, the signal is just not even going. I don't know, maybe I need to upgrade the version of OBS or something, because I keep on feeling like I'm getting... Oh, technical difficulties. That's why we call it Silicon Lottery. Isn't that the truth? Oh, SoC voltage sync in BIOS. Spider. What are you talking about, broski? SoC voltage sync in BIOS. Maybe there's another setting that I need to know. What happens is when you're like in a bunch of different... When you use one motherboard and switch to another motherboard, it gets a little overwhelming sometimes. Because every manufacturer does things a little bit different. So like if you go to Gigabyte, then go to Asus, then go to ASRock, then go to MSI, then go to EVGA, it can really make your head spin. So, I guess maybe we had a monitor issue. So it looks like it is up again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to what I set and pull down again. I want to see if I can run at minus 100. Minus 100! Gaming with geezers. What's up, broski? Alright, so we're getting colder, getting colder. It's funny, I think I forget who I thought. Someone told me overclocking was so much easier now. Anybody who says that overclocking is easy should basically has never probably overclocked. It's kind of funny. Whenever I hear that term, yeah, it's so easy. It really depends on what you're benching. Some systems are easy, like Z590 is much easier than it used to be. Alright. Oh yeah, we want to jump up. Oh, I hear little broski. Little broski's crying. We don't like that. Alright, we're going to start taking the temp down. I want to just test pretty much around minus 60, minus 70 if we still have the same problems. So it's when you play with multiple platforms and multiple mode modes, it's got to help you to remember every tweak. That's the problem. And you got to choose between single or multi-core if you're going for top scores. Yeah, like really, I mean, this is the best multi-core system. But then if you want to go for single core performance, the best core system is Z590 with, which is weird because it's really only good for single core things like 32M and maybe some legacy benches, stuff like that. It's kind of, I don't know, we're in awkward times when it comes with Intel. I don't know. I'm sure we'll see something cool from Intel sometime soon. Who knows though. Alright, we're just going to go try a little bit colder. We could be running too hot. I don't know, the setup right now is probably a little iffy. It says, if you only have a Ryzen. Well, that's the thing. I do have a, what is it, 5960X? I want to get into that too, but I haven't decided on yet. We got to do Threadripper first, and then we'll go and continue with AMD. But I still want to keep on building on my on the Z590 stuff, the 11900K. It really is a 32M monster. All right, so we're having some issues here with 4.5. I'm gonna start bringing it colder. Maybe that will resolve it. We're running out of issues here. We're running out of LN2. We're running out of everything. I'm running out of patience because, to be honest, it's been stressful just to get everything set up today. You guys really are only seeing half of what I've had to do to get everything working. But at least we have it all working for Monday, and that way we can just jump right into it and go pretty crazy. Does 11th Gen still clock higher than Zen 3? 11th Gen is just weird because it's like the multi-core is really bad because you only have 8 cores versus 10 cores, so it's kind of awkward. I don't know. It's weird times with the Intel stuff. I do love the 32M performance. It's kind of amazing how fast it is. To be honest, I just wish they brought it like a while ago, not now. It would have been a lot cooler if you know what I'm saying. Would you say Zen 4 looks also good, very good, and that's 3D cache. Yeah, that 3D cache looks amazing. I'm actually stoked to try to maybe play with it. Let's see. We'll use some of this. See how cold we can go. Oh, what time Monday? I'm not sure yet, Casey. But most likely maybe around noonish. I haven't decided yet. I have to do some work that day. So it might be in the afternoon. I have to watch out for some Florida. In Florida, we get afternoon rains. Like right now, it's about to storm like crazy. And that could affect the stream if my internet goes out. So, I don't know. We'll definitely do something on Monday for sure. We're going back on this stream rampage. So every other day, basically, we got a Slack day, and then we got a stream day. So remember that. If you missed the one, then hey, join up the next one. And then they always replay, so you can always rewatch it again. So we're going to be doing lots and lots of streams, but I want to see if I can take this down to a minus 100 before we go. Because why not? Because we get cold here. We want to get frosty. Alright, so let me try to play that again. I'm going to lower the voltage a little bit. I want to see. Maybe I should raise the SoC voltage. I have a feeling that would help quite a bit. Because if I remember correctly, it's funny how things come back to you after you've benched something. But, oh yeah, the moisture in the air. Yeah, dude, right now the humidity is about 50% here. And that's just inside. I can only keep the humidity out so much in Florida. It's probably about 90% right now outside, so that's not helping anything. And it looks like it's about to get nasty, so we're going to probably have to shut it down soon. I'm going to take it up really high. Yeah, it's hurricane season from June, I think, all the way until October. So, I don't know. I always feel like it's always hurricane season, so what that means, a lot of hurricane parties. That's kind of what you do in Florida. Alright, so let's go. Yeah, I'm going to have to install probably the VGA driver. I feel like I'm missing a bunch of stuff in here, so. But what we're going to do is I'm going to lower this voltage to about 135. A lot of the times when you push, I feel like heat is probably the biggest problem right now. But I want to see how cold I can get. I want to get the colder, obviously, for it with AMD, the better, or with anything, really, it's better. So we want to try to see if we can get colder. So I'm going to pull down to probably a minus 100. I don't know if this is going to work, so this is just to see, because we want to get a little bit of frosty. So we're at minus 80 C. No cold bug yet. Remember, we took the F clock down from 1600 to 1400. So let's see if this helps. And what I'll do is I'll take... no. Clear sign of cold bug. So we were at about minus 90. So SoC voltage and per core voltage should be the same, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to have to test. I have a feeling that my SoC voltage needs to be a lot higher than it is right now. Wow, we actually booted. Oh, dude. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Yeah, I think I might have to shut down the stream. It's about to get nasty down in Florida. Like, oh, I don't know if you guys heard it, but it kind of just shook the whole house. But anyway, 5 gigahertz on 64 core during a hurricane would be pretty Florida man. I don't know. We might have to roll with doing that Florida man sometimes. I don't know. It looks like it's getting a little bit crazy out there, so I just hope I don't lose power, because then it causes a bunch of crap with the streams. It's to be honest, it's very annoying. So we're about at minus 83 right now, so I'm wondering if it's going to boot up. I usually let it try to boot up and keep doing it a couple times, because I already pulled the hard drive. I just want it to go in the BIOS. I want to see, like, if I can still boot at minus 80 is basically what I'm trying to figure out. Because you run into weird Ln2 issues and stuff. It's not the easiest thing to do. Especially with Threadripper. You just kind of beat your head out. Oh man, yeah, that lightning and thunder is getting crazy. Lightning storm to Broski on east side of Florida. And drink a beer on the porch during the... to be honest, one of the coolest things I like about Florida is I love the storms. It's just electronics and storms don't really work. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to start showing you guys some cool photos I take too, because I like to film storms. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we can get a good storm in or something. Yeah, I think we're done. Here, let's try this real quick. We're gonna torch it up a little bit. We're gonna change that view though. I need to get that Stream Deck installed for sure. I do love the temp meter in this. Gotta watch the beard from the heat, broski. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to call it, guys. It's pretty much done. But you guys can stay and chat for a little bit if you guys want to BS a little bit. I'm just gonna end up heating this up a little bit, play around. Yeah, big sell over. I'm gonna have to shut it down. I'm afraid the stream's gonna end up going because it's about to get nasty here in Florida, so or where I am. So basically, yeah, I'm gonna keep it up just for a little bit. I'm gonna break this down, kind of check it out. So if you guys want to talk, hang out, we can do it for a little bit. So, but yeah, that was pretty funny. Oh, yeah, the torch is kind of annoying sometimes, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, we're done ski. Oh, it helps if I put power on it. You can start seeing the trees that are blowing and stuff. It's part of Florida. We live with it daily. What's your camera setup for the lighting? For the lightning? Yeah, that's all I want to do is lose my like $5,000 camera. I basically run a Sony A7S III, and then sometimes I run the A7 III. The Sony A7S III is my favorite camera by far. Like, to be honest, I absolutely am in love with the camera. So that's this one. I switched it from before, so the colors are much better. Everything's just much better on that camera compared to the A7 III. But it better be for like 3 times the price. But it's just such an amazing camera, and video is absolutely epic on it. So it's kind of my favorite camera. And it sucks that we can't see this. I can't show it to you. So I'm going to bump the SoC voltage to 1.4. And I'm just going to pull it cold down one time. I just want to see what happens. With the SoC voltage at 1.4, maybe that can get us to minus 100. I don't know. I have a feeling we're going to have a couple streams just to try to figure this out. And then once we get to that point, we'll do like even crazier stream. And maybe break some records. But who knows? Let's see. We want the Duo, Nexus, and Barge Wire? I have no idea. The newest OBS has the AI filters built in too. Hellhound, really? That's pretty awesome. I might have to look into that because, to be honest, I've been having a bunch of OBS issues. I don't know if it's because they forced an update. Alright. So I'm just going to try to pull it down, and that's going to be the last thing we do for the stream, and then I'm going to break down. Because I don't want to torch the rest of the stream, and then you guys get bored. Ooh, go Bolts! Stanley Cup on Monday! I'm so stoked! Cheers for the stream! Thanks, AMC! Appreciate it, broski. They baked a lot of great upgrades into the newer OBS. Whole different animal nowadays. Well, that's good. I know I upgraded OBS, but maybe I might need to do it again. Because I've literally, I don't know. I'm going to keep it the way it is for now. Just that way on Monday I can turn it on and we can stream. Because to be honest, taking the past 3 days of my life was just been like banging my head trying to figure all this stuff out. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just see how cold we can get this. I'm going to see if that SoC voltage is definitely going to help us. Ooh, it's nice and cool in here. I love liquid nitrogen sometimes. Not sometimes, all the time, really. Oh, yeah. It's about to get nasty. Alright, I'm just going to set it to 4.5, but I'm not actually going to run the bench. And we're going to see when it shuts down. So let's see how cold it will go. We're at 4.5, 1.325 volts with higher SoC. Let's see what it does. I just want to see if I can get it to basically minus 100 without it shutting off. Because then we can do that next time, the next stream. Thank you for amazing Threadripper smashing. Thanks, broskies. Much appreciated. I love doing this for you, and we're going to be doing it all the time. Says the filters have been out, but now it's more standard, and let's go find and download it. That's a good tip, broski. Appreciate all of it, because sometimes it's hard to get when you're getting one thing working and then another thing breaks, and then you try. Streaming is definitely not for the weak. You have to keep playing and going around and doing lots of cool stuff. So So we're at about minus 73, and we're still rolling. Usually this is what we'll have to do one on the Intel too to show you guys the liquid nitrogen voltages. Maybe on, yeah, we shut off about minus 87. So yeah, that didn't do that much. Mortal Wizard, always enjoy your streams, broski. Love your personality and determination. Broski, I love you. Yeah, so it looks like we got a minus 90 cold bug, so we're going to have to go back to the drawing board for a little bit and try to figure out some stuff. So I guess till next time, what we'll do, Monday, I'm not sure what time yet. It's going to be sometime on Monday. It might be earlier, it might be later, but it will be on Monday. So, Slackers, it was great to have you here. I'm glad we got to do something, show you some cold, show you some frostiness. It was amazing. And make sure you check out beardedhardware.com. Remember, everything that you guys buy there right now goes to support my broski that just passed. It would mean a lot to me. Also, you can check in the description. Check out. You can check out the GoFundMe page that the Rocky's family had put up. It would mean a lot to me if you can just maybe even read the story and kind of look at it and maybe donate something there. Or if you can donate here, I'm going to just pass that money on to them because it's a tough time for them, and I want to do everything I can for them. So it would mean a lot to me, and just remember, if you want to reach out and send some love and hang out with the Slacker Army, check out patreon.com, Bearded Hardware. That's where we have the Slacker Army, and it's in full effect, and we have a great group over there, and I'm always coming in and slacking around with those guys, so make sure you check that out if you're all about that. But guys, it was awesome. Great to have you here. You guys rock. And I guess till next time. See you guys Monday. Slacker out. Woo! Yeah, buddy. I don't even know where I'm at anymore. Later, Slackers. Till next time.